Pat Summerall, what about the absence of John Dutton from the Dallas lineup today?
I think that's going to be a bigger factor than many people realize. Dutton had a tough time, I think, frankly, adjusting to the Dallas setup on defense, the flex. But he had really started to come on at the end of the year, started to play better and better, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why Too Tall Jones was named to so many All-Pro teams, was the improvement of John Dutton.
I had the same thought, Pat, because as soon as Dutton commanded the attention that he attracted, why, Too Tall became much better. James Jones is the deep man to get the kick from Way Worshing. He is flanked by Newsom and Wilson, and here we go. There's the kick. It's a line drive sword, and it is out of bounds without being touched, and it will be kicked now from the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, not a body hit the deck out there. Everybody's still wearing sparkling clean uniforms. And this rather assures the fact that the kick will be returned. It's funny how simple things, in quotes, simple things go wrong in a championship game like this. Even the ability to kick the ball off properly at the start of the game is affected.
Well, it just means simply, Jack, that the receiving team moves up 5 more yards. They were standing at about the 5-yard line already. And now when Worshing has to kick off from the 30, he's not that long a kicker anyway.
Everybody's talking about the game earlier this year in October when the 49ers beat Dallas 45-14. But last year they played a game that the Cowboys remember.
And that score was 59-14 at Texas Stadium in favor of Dallas. I did that first game, Jack, out here at Candlestick Park. And it really wasn't as lopsided as the score was, 45-14, as you mentioned. The 49ers got some early breaks. They got ahead of Dallas with over a minute to go in the first quarter. They already led 21-0. So it wasn't really a fair test. Can't take it away from the Niners.
Here's a kick by Worshing, and it is taken by Timmy Newsom on the 8. 10, 15, 20, runs right. 25, and down at about the 26-yard line. And quite a few of the 49ers were there, led by Mike McCall, the linebacker. And it's from the 26, a 19-yard return by Timmy Newsom. McCall was the tackler on the first play of the game, and the Cowboys go from their 26-yard line, and they can match you in a multitude of ways.
They got a lot of weapons. That's the familiar name he just mentioned, Milt McCall. His father was quite a player for the Bears.
I formation with Danny White under center. Dorsett and Springs in the backfield. They're in the I formation. And on first down, here's a toss to Dorsett running right. He gets about 2 yards, and down he goes. He was tripped up by Harper, the linebacker, and then he was well covered after a gain of a couple of yards. Dorsett sweeping right, cutting back, very little 2 yards.
Jack, the 49ers, as so many teams do now, almost all of them, in fact, except the Cowboys, use that 3-man line until they get into a passing situation, and then they come in with Fred Dean. And in that first game here at Candlestick, when the 49ers won so big, Dean just about destroyed everybody on the offensive line for Dallas.
Pearson and Hill go to the right. Rafferty to the center is over the ball. On second down and 8. Danny White with a long snap count. Now takes the ball, and he's back to throw. Sets and throws. Overthrew his man. He tried to get it to Doug Crosby, the tight end. Crosby had Jack Reynolds trailing him. It's going to be third down and 8. A rather errant pass by Danny White here in the early going.
A little sign of tightness, you'd have to say, because they got the coverage they wanted. And you mentioned Jack Reynolds was covering the tight end, Doug Crosby. Reynolds a fine player, but he can't stay with Crosby all over the field.
Saladin Martin comes in as the extra back for the 49ers. The ball is at the Cowboy 28, and it's third and 8. Pearson goes to the right, Hill to the left. Butch Johnson is in, and they shift into the shotgun. Out of the double wing, the snap to Danny White. Back to throw on third and 8. He is rushed out of the pocket and sacked. Back at the 15-yard line, he was blasted. Hit hard by Dwayne Board, the defensive end. They were roaring, and the line of scrimmage is now the Dallas 14-yard line.
13-yard loss on that sack by Dwayne Board. They went back to their 4-man line, their pass rushing defense, which includes Fred Dean, but Board got to the pass.
The Cowboys were able to keep the ball for a minute and 15 seconds, and now Danny White will get the punt away from his 5-yard line. Freddie Solomon goes back as the punt return man, along with Dwight Hicks. There's the kick by White. It's a good one. It booms out down to the 35 of of San Francisco, and the ball is returned. All the way across the field comes Solomon. He avoids about 4 tackles, stumbles, comes out to the 35, and down he goes at the 37-yard line. He ran smack from one side of the field to the other. He was chased by 100 people out there. A 49-yard punt, a 3-yard return. Angelo King, the tackler. The 49ers have the ball at their 37.
Denny Barnes, as always, the first man down. He made Solomon commit himself. He did a marvelous job of just staying on his feet and getting all the way across the field. He ran a lot of ways to get just 3 yards, didn't he?
He certainly did. Joe Montana goes to work with Earl Cooper in the backfield with him. 2 tight end formation. And now the official stops play, and they'll huddle up again. I'm telling you, the referee.
Not sure exactly what the problem is here, but the referee came in, one of his other associates, to ask him to stop the clock and get things realigned.
Pat, do you still think a lot of Charlie Young, the tight end of the 49ers?
A lot of people gave up on Charlie Young when he left Philadelphia, and then he went to the Rams. He's turned into be one of the best blocking tight ends in pro football.
From the 37, a pass by Montana. He throws to the sideline. It's caught for big yards and probably a first down. It is a first down. Out to the 48-yard line as it was hauled in. The tackle was made by Everson Walls. And a big gain on the very first play. And it was Schumann, the flanker, who caught the ball for a first down, a gain of 11.
Again, the 49ers use their passing attack, perhaps unlike any other team in pro football. That is a possession-type passing attack, which is difficult to explain, but true. Here they go again.
Here's another by Montana. It's chased out of the pocket. And now he throws, and it's incomplete beyond midfield. He tried to get it to Linville Elliott, who's starting in their backfield in the absence of Ricky Patton for the 49ers. And they're going to miss Patton. He's a pretty good all-around ball carrier.
In the last 2 or 3 weeks, Patton had really started to come into his own. He was averaging over 5 yards a carry in the last 3 games. He had the big touchdown run last week against the Giants. The Cowboys now changed their defense on second and long yardage, expecting a 49er pass coming up.
You didn't want to see the Giants get eliminated, did you?
I certainly did not. I still have loyalty.
The ball is at the 48-yard line of San Francisco. In the backfield, it is Bill Ring along with Cooper. 6 defensive backs for Dallas. Here's a toss to Cooper, running left. Turns upfield, gets down to the Dallas 49-yard line before he is tackled. And it is going to be 3rd down and 7 for the 49ers. Ron Fellows, the tackler.
San Francisco has a formation, Jack, in which they utilize 4 wide receivers. They'll put the 2 that start, Solomon and Clark, in the backfield. And then they'll put in extra ones. Schumann, Wilson both come in, and they'll start with the 2 normal wide receivers that they do right here in the backfield, Solomon and Clark.
So they have 4 wide receivers, 2 of them as setbacks, 3rd and 7, and another pass play by Montana. He's on the roll. He's being chased. He throws on the run, and is caught inside the 35 of Dallas for a first down. The tight end, Charlie Young, about whom we were just talking, really knew what to do, and he came back and helped out.
17-yard gain on that pass completion from Montana to Charlie Young. And once again, that's the thing I was talking about in the beginning. Montana is so mobile and can run so well and gets around so well and is such a fine athlete that he's very difficult to rush.
Larry Bethea is playing up front along with Ed Jones, Randy White, and Harvey Martin. First down for the 49ers at the Dallas 32-yard line. Solomon is the wide receiver to the left. Young is split left. Motion by Solomon. First down pass by Montana. Stays in the pocket. Throws wide open. It's caught inside the 15-yard line. First and goal as Linville Elliott caught the ball. And he is down to the Dallas 8-yard line. And Montana was really on the dinero that time.
25-yard gain for the 49ers. The pass completion to Linville Elliott. Elliott, of course, played under Bill Walsh when he was at Cincinnati. A fine pass receiver, a marvelous athlete, and that's why he's here.
They mark it down at the Dallas 7-yard line. Bob Bruning was there covering Elliott out of the backfield. It's first and goal from 7.5 yards away. Cooper is in the backfield with Bill Ring, and Ring knows how to get to the end zone. Solomon in motion. Here's a pass play by Montana. It's caught, and it is down for a touchdown. Solomon was hit at the 4 by Thurman. He stumbled, he staggered of the day.
49ers really don't mind throwing it, do they? One running play is all they had in that entire drive.
Dallas took the opening kickoff. They were forced to punt. They didn't make a first down. And Montana and the 49ers walk right down the field. They lead 6-0 with 10:41 remaining here in the first quarter. Ray Wersching will try the extra point. He was perfect all season long, and he makes it 7-0. Well, for those of you who thought that the Cowboys would prevail here today, it may not turn out to be that way. With a score, San Francisco 7, the Cowboys nothing. Let's take time out.
Delco GM presents Fantastic Sound System.
Jim, what's happening? We seem to be...
Shrinking than you've noticed.
1 minute we're sitting in your Pontiac J2000, the next we're falling through the air conditioning vent inside the dashboard.
Some strange sci-fi forces miniaturized us. Quick, jump over this cable.
That music,
Now I know where we are. Inside my Delco GM sound system. Just listen to that phase response.
Jim, what's this?
That's Delco's impulse noise blanker. Helps blank out static automatically.
Look, those giant amphitheaters. Maybe we could
Stay
count...
back, Gloria. Those are Delco speakers. They can blow you away.
Awesome.
They've built over 200 million speakers. Delco's the leading auto sound specialist. They pioneered the first in-dash radio.
And now we're the first in-dash people. I'm frightened, Jim.
Gloria, over the years, Delco's gotten a lot of bugs out of car sound systems.
You mean?
If anybody can get people out of a sound system, they can do it at Delco GM.
Still back up, Jim. You almost fell in the ashtray.
That Summerall, no matter how confident the Cowboys were coming in, the 49ers had to put a little doubt in their mind with that drive.
It certainly did. They went 63 yards, 6 plays. They kept the ball 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Montana's 4 out of 5 for 60 yards and the touchdown pass to Solomon.
One key play along the way.
That was the pass to his tight end, Charlie Young, when it looked like the Cowboys might have him trapped. They had a couple of cracks at him. Montana managed to get away, and they got a key first down.
James Jones is the deep man waiting for the Wersching kick. There is the kick. High, short, will be returned by Jones from the 11. He's to the 15, 20, runs right. He gets to the 25, but did not get to the 30-yard line. He is out of bounds right at the Dallas 29. That's where they'll mark it. And Bobby Leopold, the linebacker, downfield to do the defensive work for the 49ers, who, by the way, are a very good defensive football team.
They keep getting better and better. Those 2 key trades they made, and plus the key draft that they had. The trades being the one for Jack Reynolds. That was not a trade. Actually, they picked him up on waivers. And the one for Fred Dean really solidified things.
Dean isn't in there at all times. He comes in pass rushing situations. They line up in a 4-man front, the 49ers do, as White has Dorsett in the backfield and motion by Saldi, the tight end. Here's a pass play by White. He pumps it short, and it is caught out at the 34-yard line. It's good for a gain of 5 yards. Jack Reynolds was the tackler as he gave it to Billy Joe Dupree, the sort of guy you would expect to do well in a game like this.
Particularly, Jack, against the 49er defense, they do a lot of double zone coverage, and it winds up with one of the linebackers, in this case Jack Reynolds, covering the tight end. And that's the kind of mismatch you'd like to create.
2nd down and 5 as White hits on the pass. He has Springs back in the lineup. Pearson is to the right. And here's a pop up the middle by Dorsett, and he comes across the 40-yard line for a first down. Out to the 42, and it's a first down for Dallas. Hicks made the tackle on Dorsett, who looks like he wants to play a little bit today.
That's one of the real keys for Dallas. They have great wide receivers. They have 3 of them who are outstanding. Persons of Pearson, Hill, and Butch Johnson. But in order for them to be effective, in order for them to win this football game, it has to be a good day for Dorsett.
That's the first down of the day for the Cowboys. They're at their 42-yard line. They use a wing formation. And motion now by Dupree. First in one direction, now back to the right. And here's White to throw. Sets, he's chased out of the pocket. A flag is thrown. White throws incomplete and will check the flag. And when the referee throws the flag, you better bet it's holding.
That is Jim Tunney, who's back of the quarterback as he drops back, in this case, Danny White. It is indeed against Dallas, and it is holding.
49ers put some pressure on White and chased him out of the pocket. They talk about the Dallas front four defensively. Well, they're without Dutton today, but their offensive line is very, very good, and they protect Danny White ordinarily in very good shape. Not many sacks during the regular season.
And you could say the same things about Danny White that I said a minute ago about Joe Montana. He's a fine athlete also, and he can get away.
Holding, offense, 10 yards, first down.
It's still first down. The ball is back at the Dallas 32 after the holding call. First and 20. And this is when a lot of mistakes come about. It's 7-0 in favor of the 49ers with 9 minutes left in the first quarter of this contest. Split back, Springs and Dorsett. Now the I formation. And White is delaying the ball to Dorsett. Has running room. He is taken down on a great effort after a 5-yard gain. What a strong defensive play was made by the tackler. And there was Archie Reese. Though he was blocked, he was able to reach out and pull Dorsett to the turf.
Herbert Scott, the Cowboys all-pro guard, was blocking on Reese. Scott playing with a very bad ankle. You could see him noticeably limping as he went back to the offensive huddle. And now the 49ers come in with their four-man front, which again includes that number 74, Fred Dean.
You never know where you're going to find their defensive people.
Warm, clear coastal waters of South America.
Down here, the shrimp are so plump, the name shrimp seems unfair. And if the shrimp are running, the local fishermen come back singing with a shimmering, silvery net full of pink beauty.
If you're angling for great shrimp, you can end your search here in the warm glow of brass lamps and soft music at Seafood Shanty. With our shrimp scampi, sauteed in butter, fresh garlic, and dry white wine. With big jumbo shrimp stuffed with fresh backfin crab meat. Or with our succulent shrimp special.
18 plump pink shrimp, served up with a crisp garden salad, English chips, or a big baked Idaho potato.
And Seafood Shanty.
One nibble and you're hooked at Seafood Shanty.
Tony Dorsett just got to his feet and he walks off the field under his own power. Lynn Thomas checks in as the extra back for the 49ers. They've got some young backs on this team, which has 11 rookies, talking about San Francisco.
You think about that secondary, the fabulous four, they call them. Now they're five. But the three draft choices turned out to be just super. Ronnie Lott being the first one. Eric Wright, Williamson.
And then the veteran, the old man back in there.
In the third year, yeah.
And he is a Pro Bowler.
This is a different defense, Jack, from what most teams use when they put in the five defensive backs. They let Ronnie Lott get into what they call the lurch position. So look out for that.
The ball is at the Dallas 46. It's 3rd and 7 for the Cowboys. Pearson goes to the right. And Doug Donnelly is in as a wide receiver. 4 wide receivers for Dallas. Shotgun formation. 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Danny White has time. Sets and throws long down the middle. And it is caught. Some reception at the 35 of San Francisco. Some catch was made by Butch Johnson. How in the world did he catch that ball?
Miraculous. Looking back into the sun, diving, everything. All the superlatives you could say about that. 20 yards, first down, Dallas.
To the 34 of San Francisco. A big gain on 3rd down. And a first down for the Cowboys. Ronnie Lott was covering, and Butch Johnson made a great catch. Dupree, the tight end. James Jones is in the backfield with Ron Springs. They're in the I formation. On first down, here's a delay to Jones, and whoa, is he hit? He lost the yard. He ran right into Archie Reese, the nose guard. No gain. Lost the yard, in fact.
Archie Reese has been playing super football in recent weeks. That's one of the thankless jobs there is anywhere, that position over the head of the center, just Rafferty's in this case. But again, and not to make excuses, Herbert Scott, whose responsibility usually is that nose guard along with Rafferty, is playing on a very, very bad ankle.
Before Jones was stopped in such fashion on that last play, I was about to remark about the progress that he's made this year. They don't does a heck of a lot when he's in there. Of course, he is no Dorsett. It's 2nd and 11. Here's another delay to Jones. He cuts it back and goes down to the 30-yard line and down to the 29 of San Francisco before Willie Harper tackled him. It's going to be a third down play coming up for the Cowboys. They mark it down on the 49er 30. It is going to be third down and 5.
Just looking over at the Dallas sideline, the medical staff is still circled around Dorsett. Looks like he might have gotten a knee in the face or the side of the head or something like that.
49ers lead here, 7-0. First quarter, 5:40 left in the period. And the Cowboys have a 3rd and 5. They go into the shotgun. A 4-man front for San Francisco. There's the snap, and White's going to put it up. He sets and throws, and it is caught, but short of a first down. It was caught by Jones. He hadn't gone deep enough downfield. He was covered by the linebacker and hit by Bobby Leopold. It's 4th down Dallas, 4th and 2 yards to go.
Charlie Waters heading on. That would indicate a field goal try by Rafael Septien, and here comes Septien. Perhaps the best around right now.
Ball is at the San Francisco 26. And it's 4th down and only a yard. The ball will be held at the 35-yard line. It's a 45-yard try by Septien. Well within his distance, he kicks it through, and the Cowboys are on the board on a 45-yard field goal.
And they did that with only 10 men on the field. But they had tried to get in and had to go back out because he would have been in motion. So I guess if you can work that way with 10 men, that's even more of an advantage.
4:45 left in the first quarter with the score now 7-3, San Francisco. Let's take time out. This, Buds, for all those hard-working folks who turn halftime into showtime. Yeah, here's to the marching band.
There's no one else who does quite the way you do. You know it is only what you say, what you do.
That's right, for every member of the band, that distinctively clean, crisp face that says Budweiser.
You gotta agree, Jack. Anybody who can stay in step while playing a tuba deserves a cold Bud.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
You play tuba, Hank?
No, but I've had coaching days when I wished I could.
This Bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Field goal of 45 yards by Septien was set up on a remarkable catch by Butch Johnson on 3rd down. And then Dallas drive, and it's 7-3 49ers. They have Bill Ring and Amos Lawrence back, waiting for the kickoff from our right to our left on a sunny day in San Francisco. Here's the kick by Septien. It will be returned. Ring fights the sun, takes it on the 5, comes to the 10, 15, 20, got about to the 21-yard line, and that's all. Downfield for Dallas with Robert Newhouse.
It's been a remarkable year for Robert Newhouse. He had been a starter for so long, is replaced this year by Ron Springs. And as someone said to me before the game, you have to take hats off to Robert Newhouse because he hasn't made a way. Everything that he's supposed to do and everything they've asked him to do, he's done.
And for many, many years. Here come the 49ers with Joe Montana at the controls and Earl Cooper in the backfield with him. Two tight end formation with Hicks split left. Another pass play by Montana over the middle, and it is caught by the tight end Young with one hand. He looked like a shortstop diving for the ball at the 29-yard line, and he picked up 8 yards.
Remarkable catch. Bob Brunick was the defender. Looked like he had no chance. Charlie Young came up with it.
We've seen some outstanding plays here in the early going. And the ball is at the 49er 29-yard line. 2nd down and 2, and the Cowboys can't be too sure of what Montana's calling here. Solomon, the wide receiver, along with Hicks. Cooper in the backfield with Elliott. On 2nd down, here's the fake to Cooper and a pass play by Montana. stops and throws it away. He threw it up here to us. 3rd down and 2. And there was good Dallas coverage, particularly by Walls on Solomon, with the help of the linebacker, Mike Hegman.
You can pretty well figure that the 49ers are going to throw it every play. Earl Cooper has the only run of the day.
They say that Dorsett should be coming back into the game.
When his vision clears, he has a scratch in his left eye. So we'll probably see more of Dorsett.
Jones, Bethea, White, and Martin dig in on 3rd down and 2. Here's the running play to Ring. Nothing doing. He was smacked by Brunig, the linebacker, on a 3rd down carry. And it is a fumble, and the ball belongs to Dallas. Ring was really blasted, and Dallas comes away with the ball inside the 49er 30-yard line.
Big turnover, and that may be the most important statistic there is. Turnover.
3:39 left in the first quarter. Guy Brown came away with the ball. Hegman made a strong hit, and the ball is at the San Francisco 29 with the score 7-3 in favor of the 49ers. The Cowboys get the ball back. And they do a little work on the turf here, which is in pretty good shape, Pat.
Much better shape, Jack, than it was last week when they played the Giants and beat the Giants, the 49ers. And really, the field is in better shape now than it was when the Cowboys were here in the 6th game of the year.
Early on in this game, a pass to Freddie Solomon put the 49ers on top, 7-0. A 45-yard field goal by Septien put the Cowboys on the board, and now they get the ball at the San Francisco 29-yard line, and the Cowboys go to work. Dorsett is still not back in there. Jones in the backfield with Springs. On 1st down, 2 tight ends. Right up the middle is Jones. He drives to the 25. He got 4 yards for the Cowboys. You can almost tell when they got that field goal a while ago, Pat, and got on the board, they say, well, okay, we're in it. Let's go.
And the defense rose to the occasion again. San Francisco again stays as long as they don't think Dallas is in a passing situation in that 3-man front. And the key man, of course, is one of the middle linebackers, Jack Reynolds, and with Craig Pookie. The two of them in the middle. Archie Reese is the nose tackle, and that seems to be the place that the Cowboys, when they run, prefer to work.
With Rafferty the center. 2nd down and 6 from the 25. White checks the defense. Back to throw. Short drop, throws long, and it is Hill, and it is a touchdown. Tony Hill caught the ball over the defensive back, Eric Wright, and the Cowboys go on top. And what did Danny White see when he checked that San Francisco defense?
He saw that they had a blitz coming, and the Cowboys, who do that so well, read that blitz, and all he does is just throw it up in the air and let one of those talented wide receivers run under it. That's what happened to Tony Hill.
From the 25-yard line, one pass, and boom, the Cowboys go on top by the score of 9-7 with 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. All of that followed the fumble by Bill Ring just moments ago. Took them 50 seconds to get into the end zone after they recovered the fumble. Septien, who has been perfect all year, 40 out of 40 during the regular season, will try to make it 10-7. And he does. The Cowboys have the lead. They spotted the 49ers 7 points, and now Dallas is on top with 2:49 left in the first quarter. With the score, Dallas 10, San Francisco 7. Let's take time out.
The Buick Regal sedan, also known as Buick's Little Limousine. But why, sir?
Well, it's like a lot of limos I've ridden in. The room, the luxury. Plus, Regal's V6 engine offers an impressive 21 EPA estimated MPG. Use estimated MPG for comparisons. Actual mileage may be different. Estimates lower in California.
You really like this car, then?
Well, it does make my job a lot more pleasant.
Charles, bring the Regal round, please.
Very good, sir.
The Regal sedan.
If you want someone who can help you meet your changing life insurance needs, check with State Farm. In today's changing economy, people are finding that their life insurance needs are changing too. Your State Farm agent has a variety of life insurance plans, all at a good price. Your good neighbor agent will help you plan the program that's right for you and be there to help you keep it up to date. Check your yellow pages with a State Farm agent near you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
49ers won 7 in a row. Now they have another winning streak underway, so they haven't been behind very often as they are now.
Sort of a strange feeling. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think they'll make any major adjustment in their game plan. They've been throwing just about every down, and they'll probably continue.
Both quarterbacks have started off in good fashion. Danny White, 4 out of 5. Montana, 5 out of 7. Bill Ring and Amos Lawrence are back waiting for the kick for the 49ers. There it is by Septien. It's a sailor down 2 yards deep, and here comes Lawrence to the 5, to the 10, to the 15-yard line, and a flag goes down as Amos Lawrence moved it out to about the 17-yard line. This may very well be a penalty against the 49ers. Everson Walls exuberantly claps his hands, and the 49ers will be marched back. Angelo King made the downfield tackle. Kickoff came to the San Francisco 17. Now the penalty moves it further back. Earlier today, Cincinnati defeated San Diego 27-7. Illegal use of the hands against the 49ers. Back to their 9-yard line. Will they continue to throw? Split back. Here comes Elliott running right. He's in trouble. He got nothing. He's out of bounds after getting back to the line of scrimmage, and Everson Walls came up and bumped him out.
There's a young man, the free agent, Everson Walls, who led the NFL in interceptions this year. A walk-on, so to speak, for Dallas, a free agent. Grew up not too far from their training complex in Dallas. And you can see him mature week after week and get better and better with confidence.
He walked into 11 enemy passes this year. No gain on that last carry. In fact, a loss of 2 by Elliott, 2nd and 12. Joe Montana under center at the 5-yard line. He hands it off, and the running play to Cooper comes out to the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Larry Bethea was there, and Charlie Waters helped him.
A lot of responsibility on Larry Bethea. He really has, quite honestly, has never lived up to the expectations the Cowboys had for him when they drafted him first a few years ago. But in talking to Tex Schramm of the Cowboys before the game and looking at number 76, Larry Bethea, I said a lot of responsibility rests on his shoulders. And Tex was very quick to say he'll do okay, and so far he certainly has.
From the 12-yard line, the 49ers have 3rd and 7. Here's a pass play by Montana. He is hit, and he throws incomplete, and it's time for the 49ers to punt. Heavy pressure. Harvey Martin and Randy White were both in there.
Montana really had no chance to get rid of that one. In fact, he was very fortunate to get rid of it. The pressure from the outside from Harvey Martin, up the middle again from Randy White.
1:46 left in the quarter. Not only do the Cowboys lead 10-7, but you can feel the momentum heavily in their favor now.
Their defense gaining confidence, and you can see that. And right now, the 49ers do look a little confused.
Jim Miller will do the punting. And waiting for the ball in midfield is James Jones. The snap will be by Randy Cross. It's a good snap, and there's the kick. Not too hot. Jones takes it at the 49. He's down to the 45 and the 40 at San Francisco. He is down to the 36-yard line, and the Cowboys are very close to striking distance. The tackle made by McCall again. 39-yard punt, 13-yard return, 1:33 left in the quarter, and the Cowboys are enjoying the moment, aren't they?
That fumble recovery, first of all, the 45-yard field goal by Raphael Septien, and then Ring's fumble, which was recovered, put the Cowboys in range. The touchdown pass in from Danny White to Tony Hill, and right now they're in good shape again.
Jones is in there. Dorsett was shaken up earlier, and he's not returned. Ron Springs is in the backfield with Jones. Danny White is under center. And on 1st down, with Pearson to the right and Hill to the left. A motion by Pearson. There's a pass play by White. Chased out of the pocket, throws across field to Dutrace, drops the ball. Dutrace dropped the ball inside the 35-yard line. White turned as though he knew that was going to be the play. Pat, it didn't look as scrambling as it might appear to some of the spectators.
Brett Dean in little bit unusual for them. And he put the heavy pressure on White.
Dean will be a member of the Pro Bowl team. Who's going to play Cincinnati in the Super Bowl? Dallas leads 10-7 first quarter with 1:28 remaining. Back to throw is White. Second and 10. He screens it left. And it is caught by Springs. What a big hit for a loss back at the 40-yard line by Willie Harper. He said, that looks like a screen. I better do something about it.
That's exactly the way you have to play a screen. If you sort of hesitate and wait for those blockers to get in position and have time, they're going to defeat you every time. You got to make your commitment and keep it going, and that's exactly what Harper did that time.
A loss of 3 on the screen pass and the defensive play by Willie Harper. Lynn Thomas comes in as the extra back for the 49ers. Dallas has the ball at the San Francisco 39. It's 3rd and 13.
You talk about your momentum. If the 49ers get out of this one without any points against them, I think you'll see it shift back to them.
Now the official calls time. There are 4 wide receivers in for Dallas. Pearson and Donnelly are to the left. Hill and Butch Johnson are also in there, along with Springs, who's very good at catching the ball himself. 3rd down and 13. The San Francisco 39. The snap, and White's back to throw. Sets up and throws short. It's caught, and the hit is made immediately at the 35-yard line. Not enough for a first down as the ball was hauled in by Donnelly. The hit was made by Lynn Thomas. And now let's see what the Cowboys do. The longest field goal by Septien this year was 47 yards. They're going to punt.
Danny White stays and drops back to about midfield, so that would indicate that we will not see Septien. However, remember, Danny White is very adept at running
and very good at punting toward the coffin corner. The first period is over here. The first 15 minutes have been played. Dallas will be punting when we resume. The line of scrimmage is the San Francisco 35. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Dallas 10, San Francisco 7.
On city streets and country roads, international, making deliveries, hauling loads, international. Whatever job you got to do, the number one name truck means saving for you. International.
A recent fuel efficiency test proved that over a 4-year period, an International XL Series heavy truck can save thousands of fuel dollars over a comparably equipped Kenworth or Freightliner. And that can mean thousands of dollars of extra profit to a business. But no matter what business you're in, International's finding ways to lower your trucking costs and improve your profits. See your International dealer soon to find out just how much you can save with International.
Whatever job got to be done, International can talk to less done. We're the number one name in truck, International.
Ready for a real chainsaw? Now's the time to move up to Red. Home Light Red. Because now your dealer's making it easy to get your hands on a home light. Like the powerful 330. Packed with a big 16 or 20-inch guide bar and the kind of features you're ready for. Solid state ignition, anti-vibration system, pro-style handguards, and automatic chain oiling. Move up to Red at your Home Light dealer. Check out the savings on the 330 and other fine chainsaws from Home Light.
Pat Summerall and Jack Buck with you from San Francisco. Pat, I think one of the things we learned in the first 15 minutes is that the 49ers do not intend to run the ball, and indeed don't look like they can run the ball.
But Dallas is a tough team to run against anyway. You talk about the big pass rush that they had against Tampa Bay. Early in the year, people were able to run against them. But as things got solidified, later in the year, they became tougher and tougher. The absence of John Dutton so far doesn't seem to have hurt him too much, as Bethea is doing a good job.
And Tony Dorsett missed about half of the first quarter. Total offense, Dallas had 73 yards, and so did the 49ers. There's been one turnover, and it cost San Francisco dealer. Standing in midfield is Danny White. Will he kick it? Freddie Solomon is deep, along with Dwight Hicks. There's the snap. He kicks it toward the right sideline, high in the air, well covered by Dallas, bounces inside the 10, and then goes into the end zone and out of the end zone White did what he wanted to do, but got a bad break from the way the ball hit the deck and went out of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The case where he didn't try to kick it out of bounds. He tried to kick sort of a knuckleball so it would bounce and hopefully somebody would be down to cover it. It just happened to land wrong and bounced into the end zone, and the 49ers will have it at the 20.
Joe Montana is 5 out of 8. Bill Ring and Earl Cooper are in the backfield with him. Freddie Solomon goes to the right. Dwight Hicks to the left. Hicks is tough to cover. He is 6'4". And on first down, Montana gives to Cooper running left. And he is tripped up on a good defensive play by D.D. Lewis, who just drove through the would-be blocker. He lost a couple of yards on the play.
D.D. Lewis setting a record today in terms of playoff appearances. He has been tied with Larry Cole for the most playoff games, and today, and this is last year for D.D. and Charlie Waters, perhaps. Good play there.
Well, these Cowboys have been the raspberry seed in the eye tooth of the 49ers for many, many years.
Haven't they, though?
And Dallas leads 10-7 here early on in the second quarter. 2nd and 12, Montana to Ring running right. He has some blockers. He gets out across the 25-yard line. Still going to the 28-yard line. Got good yards, and it's going to be third down and about a yard and a half on a good run by Bill Ring out of Brigham Young.
Bill Ring, 215 pounds, 5'10", was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were very high on him. He roomed with Rocky Blyer. He resembles Rocky Blyer.
He runs like he does. You're right.
Style.
Yeah.
They just couldn't find a place for him. The 49ers are grateful for that.
Third down in the yard for the 49ers. Back at their 29-yard line. Ring and Cooper in the backfield. Cooper is a big back at 227 pounds. Dallas really stacks it up defensively. Here's the pass play. It's caught for a first down by Young, the tight end, and he's down on the deck out at the 33-yard line. A first down for San Francisco. They didn't want to test that rush defense of Dallas.
Well, passing to San Francisco and to Bill Walsh is really not as risky as it sounds. They like to use it for ball control, for possession, for first downs, whatever.
Two tight ends. Here's the running play to Cooper, and he turns it out to the 35-yard line. Wanted to get outside, couldn't. Turned it back in, and Thurman chased the play back inside, and Harvey Martin made the tackle. Cooper got 2 yards.
Bill Walsh, the 49er coach, was saying to us last week that Cooper, he feels, on artificial turf would be a far more effective back because he has that long stride on a field like this. He can't make those cuts as perhaps he might be able to on artificial turf.
And we have the grass field here on 2nd and 8. Here's a bootleg by Montana, who avoids the rush and throws downfield, and it is caught inside the 30-yard line of Dallas. Timeout called by San Francisco as the play called would not suit the defense that the Cowboys had set up. 11:15 left in the half with the score. Dallas 10, 49ers 7. Let's take time out.
Ever notice all the beers these days talking about their fancy ingredients? Special barley from here, exotic hops from there. Funny thing is, they've been making Michelob like that for years. They just don't talk about it. Don't have to. Oh, you can read the label if you're really interested. It says right here every ingredient used is the finest obtainable. Makes sense. Otherwise, how can Michelob be so good? I suspect the people who brew Michelob figure beer drinkers know a good thing when they taste it. And I appreciate that, because I don't want to spend my weekends, or weeknights for that matter, poring over long lists of ingredients. When I can spend that time pouring another Michelob. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sometimes, Pat Summerall, when two teams play 19 minutes, you know who's going to win the game. That's not the case this afternoon.
I don't think anybody had any idea when the game started, and I don't think anybody has any idea now. Both of them have been able to move the football.
7-yard touchdown pass to Freddie Solomon put the 49ers on top. Septien's 45-yard field goal put the Cowboys on the board, and a 25-yard pass to Tony Hill. The Cowboys have a 10-7 lead. 49ers are at the 26-yard line of their opponent. Motion by the tight end, Ramson, and here's Montana staying in the pocket and sacked now inside the 35. First by Harvey Martin and Randy White right there with him.
49ers had been averaging 6.2 yards on first down throughout the first half until that one. That hurts your average.
That sack took place back at the Dallas 32. The offensive line that they've been bragging about here in San Francisco crumbled a bit. It's second down and 15. 6 defensive backs for the Cowboys, including Fellows and Barnes. Here's another pass play. Montana throws it in a hurry. Caught inside the 25. The tackle made at the 22. A substantial gain on the catch by Clark. Tackled by Fellows. Clark is the one who set up this threat. And he is down at the Dallas 22.
Dwight Clark is a lot better than the 49ers thought he was going to be when they first drafted him. Actually, they were going to look when they scouted him and went to Clemson. They were going to look at Steve Fuller, the quarterback. And when Bill Walsh went to work it out, they had a guy catching the ball, and he said, who the heck is that guy? And it turned out to be Dwight Clark.
3rd and 5 for the 49ers. Motion by Wilson, the rookie wide receiver. A pass play by Montana. He throws in deep, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Walls. He looked up, and there was the ball, and he grabbed it. And is it a touchback, or is he down at the 1-yard line? It's at the Dallas 1-yard line on an interception by Walls. The pass intended for Mike Wilson on a circling route down into the end zone.
Montana had his mind made up that that's the spot he was going to immediately, and that's where he went. Walls came up with the interception.
At the Dallas 1-yard line with 9:57 left in the half. 10-7, Dallas leads. We'll be back in just a moment. Pinned all the way back at their 2-yard line. Cowboys are a yard and a half away from the goal line. Dallas puts in their big back Timmy Newsom, a 235-pounder.
Also very sure-handed. This is the one thing that they obviously don't want in a situation like this is a turnover of any kind.
There have been 2 turnovers, both against the 49ers. A fumble and an interception. Now, Walls is something, isn't it?
He always seems to be wherever the ball might be.
He just got a glimpse of that one, and he turned around and boom, pulled it out of the air. It's a first down for Dallas. Jones is in the backfield with Newsom. And there's a busted play, and White got about a half a yard. Both backs ran away from him.
It looked as if he didn't get the clean possession of the ball from the center. The exchange between White and Rafferty wasn't quite as clean as it might have been, and he wisely did not try to get it to his back and kept it himself.
Greg Buki, the linebacker, there, along with Dwayne Bohr. Keena Turner, linebacker for the 49ers, has the chicken pox. Still he's playing. Say, he is just covered with zips and calamine lotion on by the court.
But still playing.
From the 2, second down, and we'll still call it 10. White gives the ball to Springs, and he got about a yard at the most. The 49er defense was led by Archie Reese, 3rd and 9. Trying to get out of the shadow of their own goal line with 9 minutes left in the half. Cowboys leading 10-7. Earlier, Cincinnati defeated San Diego 27-7. 3rd down and 9 for the Cowboys at their 3-yard line. They intercepted at the 1. Tight end is Crosby on the right side. Dupree on the left side. I formation, second back. Newsom tried to get outside as Jones. He is out of bounds short of a first down at the 10-yard line. 2 yards shy of a first down. Eric Wright bumped Jones out of bounds.
That was not a first down, but nevertheless, it was a big play for Dallas. It gives Danny White a little bit more room. The ball is out of the 10-yard line. And so instead of being backed up to the goal line and not being able to get back his normal 15 yards, now Danny White, the punter, has some room to negotiate.
Freddie Solomon and Dwight Hicks come back for it. Eric Wright sort of waited for Jones to come to him, didn't he?
He did, just to make sure that, although he didn't break it, he didn't get the first down either.
There's a punt by Danny White out near midfield. Fair catch called for by Hicks on the Dallas 47. Well, they were better off the last time they had the ball, but the 49ers were then intercepted. Now they started the Dallas 47, trailing by 3 points.
43-yard kick by Danny White. It didn't look like much, but a fair catch. There's no return. Nevertheless, the 49ers will have it in pretty good shape.
Touchdown pass to Solomon, field goal by Septien, and a touchdown pass to Tony Hill. And the score is 10-7 Dallas. 49ers go to work with Joe Montana at the controls. He's 6'2", 200-pounder. He gives it in the big hole for Cooper, the fullback. Whoa, he ran down to the 36 for a first down. He got 11 yards on a big pop up the middle. Lewis and Waters tackled him.
Misdirection play in which they pulled the guard, and nobody blocked the defensive tackle on that side, Larry Bethea. He just chased the guard, and Cooper had a big hole.
And an 11-yard pickup and a first down for the 49ers. Out they come. Solomon to the right side, 2 tight ends. Elliott's in the backfield with Cooper. Elliott in motion to the left. Montana with a pass. He throws, and it is caught inside the 25-yard line. And that's another first down to the 24 of Dallas. Caught by Solomon. He was hit hard from behind by Harrison Walls, but he held the ball.
Very simple pattern, just a curl in front of Everson Walls, who just came up with the interception a minute ago, but now the 49ers back in business. Solomon, one of the more dangerous receivers anywhere.
Dwight Clark comes to the left. Solomon is on a wing left, 2 tight ends. Motion by Solomon back to the right side. On first down, here is Linville Elliott driving to the 20-yard line. I thought that Cooper may have been in motion, but there was no flag.
It looked like he might have been in motion, but he just anticipated the snap perfectly and got a good lead block.
Charlie Waters there, Harvey Martin, the tackle at the Dallas 20. 2nd and 6. We have 6.5 minutes left in the half. Dallas is on top, 10-7. Earlier today, Cincinnati defeated San Diego 27-7. On second down, Montana starts Cooper in motion. He's going to put it up again. He is rushed. He avoids the sack. He throws. End zone. Touchdown for San Francisco. What great work by Montana. The pass to Clark. I'm telling you, he was the only person in the entire end zone.
I don't know how he got so open. I think the Cowboys just gave up because they thought that Montana was down. What an effort by Joe Montana.
He got away from the big Dallas rush of Bruning, Lewis, and others. He almost ran past the line of scrimmage, and then he saw Clark in the end zone by himself. He was absolutely the only person in the entire end zone, and the 49ers are back on top 13-10, make it 14-10. With 6:12 left in the half. So the 49ers prevail once again with a score 14-10, San Francisco. Let's take time out.
Nobody agrees as to what the ultimate passing combination was, but there's no contest about the ultimate mealtime combination. It's Denny's Restaurant's 3-egg ultimate omelet, stuffed with grilled onions, bacon, green peppers, mushrooms, sausage, and sliced tomatoes. Then it's topped with mozzarella cheese and served with fruit salad. The ultimate omelet at the special price this month of only $2.79, and only at Denny's, where you'll like our prices and you'll love our food.
Liberals and conservatives rarely agree on anything.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. But when it comes to the Buick Electra, common sense dictates otherwise. It uses fuel conservatively and luxury liberally. Powered by an available fuel-efficient diesel, Electra's 22 EPA estimated MPG is pretty impressive. Use estimated MPG for comparisons. Actual mileage may be different. Buick Electra Park Avenue.
Well, it's got my vote.
No, it doesn't.
It's got mine.
At your Buick dealers today.
Seesaw affair, Mr. Summerall.
Crowd going wild at Candlestick. 47 yards, 4 plays. 49ers kept it 2 minutes, 48 seconds.
It'll be interesting to see from a Dallas viewpoint whether Dorsett comes back when they get the ball.
been looking over at their bench, and he has been up walking around. It looks like he's okay. He got a scratch under his left eye earlier, and that's the reason they took him out. But he's up and standing and looking right now.
Ray Wersching will kick off. Jones is deep along with Newsom and Wilson. And the kick is rather deep, and Jones takes it on the goal line. He's to the 5-10, running right, 15-yard line. He is hitting down at the 20-yard line of Dallas. Good coverage downfield by the 49ers. Eric Wright and Bobby Leopold were the tacklers downfield. Cowboys are at their 20-yard line. They had to punt the last time they had the ball. They previously had the ball at their 1. They punted the ball and zipped. 49ers walked right down the field.
Made it look easy, didn't they?
They sure did.
Great effort by Montana, though, got him the touchdown.
Dorsett is still absent. Jones and Springs in the backfield. A toss to Springs. He's in trouble. He got 2, maybe 3 yards, and he is tackled by 4 49ers. They're wearing their cardinal red jerseys, gold trousers. Keena Turner made the first hit. And so I guess Springs has the chicken pox now.
At least he's covered with calamine lotion.
Springs came out to the 23, 2nd and 7.
49ers again make those defensive changes. They think Dallas is in a passing situation. Red team, Dorsett back in the game now, Jack.
Dorsett's the lone setback for Dallas. Now he is joined by Springs. Split back, 2nd and 7. Danny White under center. And White gives to Dorsett. He comes across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. Jack Reynolds was there to get him, along with Carlton Williamson, one of the rookie backs of the 49ers. Getting up limping is Tom Rafferty. He's the center, flanked by Scott and Peterson. Cooper and Donovan are the tackles. So that helps from a Cowboy viewpoint, getting Dorsett back in the lineup. 3rd and 2.
And Dallas has been able to convert only once. On 3rd down, 1 out of 5 they've converted.
That was on the pass to Butch Johnson a while ago that helped them go in to score. Saldi is on a wing on 3rd and 2, goes in motion. Here is a pass play by White on 3rd and 2. Has all day. Now he runs out of the pocket and throws. Beyond the 30-yard line, Dupree dives very close to a first down. Dupree knew where he had to go, and he dragged Carlton Williamson with him. And is it a first down? I guess it is. It is.
Jim Chunny so indicates. And Dallas gets a little breathing room. Cowboys don't look as sharp as they did a little bit earlier. Late in that first quarter, they look like they might really take command of things.
Say this for Dupree. He knew how far he had to go for that first down, didn't he?
The last lunge is what got it for him, too.
3:56 left in the half. The clock running. 49ers lead 14-10. Tony Hill comes to the right. Now Pearson splits right. Dorsett goes into the tailback spot in the I formation. On first down, Dorsett running left. He took the toss, got way outside, and he is bumped out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And he picked up an easy 5. Jack Reynolds forced him out.
A lot of people felt that because this was not artificial turf, as Texas Stadium is, that Dorsett might not be able to negotiate this natural turf field as well as he would be if he were back at home at Texas Stadium. But so far, the footing and the field have been excellent.
2nd down and 6. Dorsett got 4. Pearson and Hill to the right side. Boy, that's a handful with those two over there. Springs the up back. Dorsett the tailback. I formation. Crosby the tight end. Here is a pass play by Danny White. Stays in the pocket. Looks. Runs out of the pocket. Looks. Throws down the sideline. Caught for a first down at the 48-yard line of San Francisco. And Hill is knocked out of bounds. What a good job White and Hill did.
Hill did exactly what he's supposed to do, and that is when your quarterback gets in trouble, you come back to the passer. Give him a target. And Hill did an excellent job not only of catching the football, but coming back to his quarterback and staying in bounds.
And then going out of bounds and stopping the clock with 3:21 left in the half, Ronnie Lott made that hit. First down for the Cowboys at the 48 of San Francisco.
You can't give anybody that much time, no pro quarterback, and expect not to complete passes.
Cowboys started at their own 20. They're at the San Francisco 48. Dupree is on a wing. He's in motion
goes long for Pearson. Pearson covered by Lott. He intercepts the ball. A flag has been thrown. Lott's back to the 15-20, to the 25-30, to the 36-yard line before he stopped. And now we'll deal with the flag. Does the ball indeed belong to San Francisco?
I think it does. I think the call has to be offensive interference as Drew Pearson pushed off on Ronnie Lott.
White had faked short, and then he aired it out long. Lott kept good position on Pearson. Off, and it's interference against the 49ers. So they do not have the ball. Dallas has it inside the 15.
That one I can't believe, Jack.
Well, we get a chance to watch a replay of it. Lott was battling Pearson downfield. Boy, I saw nothing on the replay that would indicate that it was offensive interference. Did you?
If there was any interference, it looked as if it should have been Drew Pearson.
The ball is at the 12-yard line of the 49ers.
It winds up being a 31-yard gain for Dallas.
Well, there's one. Put a circle around that play. They'll be talking about this one when it's over, particularly if the 49ers lose. First down for Dallas. They're in the I formation. Dorsett is in there along with Springs. First down. Dorsett pops it inside the 10. Dorsett's down to the 6-yard line with a big drive over the left side. Tackled by Eric Wright. I had thought that Ronnie Lott kept perfect defensive position on Pearson, didn't you?
It certainly looked like it, and as I said before, I'd be surprised if it weren't offensive pass interference. It looked as if Pearson did push off Ronnie Lott.
Tony Dorsett just ran to the San Francisco 6-yard line. 49ers lead 14-10. It is second down and 4. Here is Springs hit at the line of scrimmage by Reynolds. Dives to the 5. And it is going to be third down and 2. Reynolds stopped Springs cold at the 5-yard line of the 49ers.
Actually, Springs did a good job to get as much as he did because Reynolds hit him before he got back to the line of scrimmage. Springs kept his feet and got down inside the 5, or to about the 5.
Man, I'm still shaking my head about that interference call against Lott, which gave Dallas the ball at the San Francisco 12 instead of the 49ers having the ball out beyond their 30-yard line.
That's one of the big plays of this contest. And as you mentioned before, one that'll be remembered for a long time.
Fred Dean checks in defensively. Here's a toss to Dorsett trying to get outside. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown. So the interference call against the 49ers puts Dallas on top on a 5-yard run by Tony Dorsett with Springs cracking down on the block.
Made it look easy, didn't he? Once he got to about the 2-yard line, he just held the ball out and said, "I'm in, leave me alone." Dwight Hicks was the closest defender out there with him. But Dorsett, with that fluid motion, that easy glide that he has.
2:30 left in the half as Dorsett crosses the goal line. And the Cowboys lead 16-14. Septien out of the hold of Waters will try to add the point. A good snap. Waters gets it down. The kick is good. The Cowboys lead by 3 with 2:30 left in the half. With the score, Dallas 17, the 49ers 14. Let's take time out.
Turn in at the Best Western Hotel or Motor Inn nearest you and ask for your free full-color road atlas and travel guide. It's the best in the lodging industry. Then, use it to plan your next trip the Best Western way. The Best Western Road Atlas and Travel Guide free at the Best Western nearest you.
Skill training, travel, and college benefits. See your recruiter. Paid for by the U.S. Army.
A controversial interference call moments
to go. The Cowboys went in to score, and what a difference when number 33 is in that Dallas lineup. Oh, what a threat he is. He's one of the people in this league who will make you adjust your whole defense. Just his presence. 5-yard touchdown run by Tony. Tony Dorsett went in for the score, and Dallas leads 17-14. Dallas went 80 yards in 9 plays. They kept the ball 3.5 minutes. Big third down pass play to Dupree. Then the interference call. Knock, 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 and they walked right in. 17-14 Cowboys. Septiang kicks off. Bill Ring and Amos Lawrence are deep. Lawrence returned one earlier this year for a touchdown. And he'll get a chance here from the 6. He fumbles. Ring picks it up and gets to the 15 to the 20-yard line. A lucky bounce for the 49ers on a fumble by Lawrence. A recovery by Ring, who returned it out to the 49er 20-yard line. Tackled by Everson Walls. Again, the 49ers all year long have not been able to generate much of a running attack, and they have it again today. One big game by Earl Cooper of 11 yards. They live by the pass, and they use it to keep control of the football. It's the voice of Pat Summerall, who is with us this afternoon on CBS Radio. The 49ers are at their 20. Linville Elliott in the backfield with Earl Cooper. Pass play by Montana on first down, and the pass is incomplete. Cooper had it and was popped by Barnes, and he dropped the ball at the 25. Boy, somebody did a good job on Randy White that tripped in there. And again, Montana is so mobile that he's very, very difficult to rush. And the touchdown pass, he hit Clark. Dallas had heavy pressure on him. He jumped out of the grasp of D.D. Lewis. Brunig had a crack at him, and he still managed to get Clark in the end zone. This game has gone back and forth, and at the moment, Dallas is on top, 17-14. 2:15 left in the half. 2nd and 10, 49ers. They better move the ball a little bit, or Dallas will have plenty of time. Here comes Linville Elliott running left, turns upfield, and got 2 or 3 yards at the most. He got 3, and Anthony Dickerson cut everybody down and stopped the play. Linville Elliott is a fine pass receiver, veteran back, who, as I mentioned before, played for Bill Walsh when he was at Cincinnati. They're not going to beat a lot of people with him running with the football. 2 minutes remaining in the half, 17-14. Dallas leads. We'll be back in just a moment.
You know just where you're going, and you're going all the way. Night or day, we're gonna help you get there, and we'll get you there with time to spare. Transportation you can trust, Atlanta discover us, Northside Airport Express.
Atlanta and Georgia football fans know where they're going, and everybody at Northside Travel Group is with you from the first game of the season to the final playoff, helping you get there with complete travel agency services of Northside Travel, with charter coaches from Northside Charter, and with direct service to the international airport from Northside Airport Express. When you think of travel, think of the Northside Travel Group, Northside Travel, Northside Charter, and of course,
Northside Airport Express.
455-1600.
The Dallas Cowboys have 3 timeouts remaining. The 49ers had 2. And if the 49ers on this 3rd down and 8 play from their own 23-yard line fail to get a first down, they may be behind by more than 3 at the intermission. I've just got a feeling that the 49ers have got something cooked up here where one of their receivers is going to be wide open this time. There are 6 defensive backs in there for Dallas. Here back to throw is Montana. He is blasted and taken down by Too Tall Jones, who looped and came up the middle and sacked him inside the 15-yard line. Montana was about, after Too Tall hit him like that and knocked him backwards, was about 2 feet underground, it looked like. Randy White put on some pressure as well. That's what opened it up for Jones to come up the middle. That stops the clock with 1:55 remaining in the half. 4th down, the Cowboys, in fact, have called timeout. So they'll get the ball somewhere around midfield with 1 minute and about 50 seconds left in the half. They sure know how to manage a football game, don't they? Tom Landry, who's, of course, got the 3rd most successful record in the history of pro football in terms of who has won the most games. He ranks behind George puts the punter, Jim Miller, out of Mississippi under the gun. Back to get it is James Jones, standing at the Dallas 45-yard line. Cowboys lead 17-14. Miller will kick from the 5. 10 men up front for Dallas. It's a light rush, however, and the kick by Miller is a good one. Jones takes it, fumbles it. A loose ball recovered by San Francisco inside the Dallas 45-yard line. Recovered by Amos Lawrence as Jones just fumbled the ball. It hit his chest and jammed to the turf. That ball that Miller kicks, he kicks with one shoe on, one shoe off, must be very difficult to handle because you see so many of them drop when he kicks them. It was not one of those spirals that turns over and comes in with the nose down. It was one of those hangers and hard to catch. Now the Cowboys are sorry that they stopped the clock a moment ago because the 49ers have a minute and 45 to try to do something about their 3-point deficit. On first down from the Dallas 42, a pass play by Montana as protection runs out of the pocket. He is being chased by Jones. A flag is down, and Montana is tackled at the 39-yard line. Let's check the flag. Ed Jones chased Montana. It's unbelievable that Jones can move that fast. We have a penalty coming up here against Dallas.
Ed Jones had a sore knee going into this game. This is going to be against Dallas, probably defensive holding, and that'll be an automatic first down for San Francisco.
They move the ball down to the Dallas 35. Referee is Jim Tunney.
Holding, 24, back to the end of the run, 5 yards, first down.
So the 49ers trailing by 3, 17-14, have the ball first down at the Dallas 35-yard line. Well, it's only fitting that this game be tied at halftime, isn't it?
I still don't have any idea who's going to win. Do you?
No idea at all. First down and the running play to Cooper. He breaks tackles. He's down to the 30. He got 5. He fumbled the ball. A flag comes down. Everything's happening. But they ruled he had hit the deck before he gave up the football. It's at the 30. And we have a penalty coming up here against the home team, San Francisco, on a clip.
Illegal crackback, I think, is what they're going to call, Jack.
And that's a major penalty.
They changed the rules so that anytime you hit anybody below the waist and anywhere near the back.
I think they're calling it against Dwight Clark, the wide receiver, coming back. He's the one complaining about the flag that was thrown. 5, 10, 15 yards. Back to the Dallas 45. First down and long for the 49ers with 1:31 remaining in the half. Dallas leads 17-14.
The foul, halfback, 37, 15 yards, still first down.
It was against Dwight Clark for the illegal crackback. He's really upset about the call. He's been complaining and still complains. They had to drag him back to the huddle.
Barnes and Fellows are in there for Dallas. On first down and long, a pass by Montana. He fumbles the ball. Martin got to him. It is recovered near midfield by Dallas. Martin came around and almost took the ball out of the arms of Montana, and Larry Bethea recovered the fumble.
Harvey Martin, perhaps having his best day in a long time, putting on a lot of pressure, reached over the blocker to knock the ball loose from Montana, and Joe never saw him coming.
The ball is at the San Francisco 48 with 1:24 left in the half. The Cowboys, leading by 3, have a chance now after this turnover, the third of the day by San Francisco, to move down for more points. Pearson comes to the right, Hill to the left, White under center. Dorsett is not in there at the moment. Butch Johnson, the additional wide receiver. Rafferty snaps the ball, and White, who has not been pressured, now is, and he is tapped. They blow the whistle, and he is in the grasp of the tackler and back at the 44-yard
bobbles it, drops it. He is really blasted. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be third down. Dorsett is able to get up despite the hit by Eric Wright, the rookie out of Missouri.
And again, as they try to set up that screen pass, that's the way to play it. That's the way you have to play it. If you start hesitating and not committing yourself, a screen pass is going to be successful. But twice Dallas has tried to run screen passes, and the 49er defenders have committed. And they've been successful against it.
Stuckey, Reese, Ford, and Dean are up front for the 49ers. Third down and 17 for Dallas. 51 seconds left in the half. Dallas leading 17-14. On third and long, Danny White sets. Looks, he's chased out of the pocket and fumbles the ball. Recovers it for a loss on the play, and it is fourth down. And now, the 49ers should call timeout, Pat.
They'll stop the clock right now anyway. Things start getting back together. And now the 49ers do take that timeout.
49ers call timeout. It'll be time for the Cowboys to punt. 44 seconds remaining in the half. Brent Musburger is going to be joining us at halftime, and he'll be talking about the contest played earlier today, which Cincinnati won over San Diego 27-7. It's a shame, Pat, that a game has to be played under the conditions which prevailed in Cincinnati today.
In the event you might have joined us late, they were talking about with the wind chill factor, the temperature in Cincinnati being an all-time record, something like 50 degrees below zero was the wind chill factor. In fact, there was some talk earlier in the day that they might postpone that game for medical reasons.
And, of course, the commissioner gives the final word. He's not feeling too well himself.
No, he's been sick for about a week now. In fact, has been in the bed for about a week. Close to pneumonia, I hear.
44 seconds remaining in the half here at Candlestick Park. 49ers have one timeout remaining. They're about to get the ball. Dwight Hicks goes deep, along with Freddie Solomon, awaiting the punt of Danny White.
Just about the kind of game I think we all expected in the beginning.
May very well be coming strongly after this kick. We wait for Rafferty to snap the ball. A long snap count. There it is. White handles it and kicks it. Hangs it high toward the sideline, and it's taken by Hicks at the 28. He's to the 30, to the 35-yard line, and down he goes at the 38. With 34 seconds left in the half, Benny Barnes downfield again for Dallas.
36-yard punt by Danny White, a 10-yard return. San Francisco will have the ball. They still have two timeouts remaining. One, I beg your pardon, only one.
With everything that has transpired here in the first half, Pat Summerall, now and for the rest of the day, we're going to look back at that interference call against Ronnie Lott of San Francisco,
which set up the go-ahead touchdown, at least at this point, for Dallas.
Neither you or I saw anything with the naked eye during the play, and then on the replay we saw nothing which justified the play. 6 extra backs are in, 6 defensive backs are in there for Dallas. Montana on first down is going to put it up. He sets up and throws, and it's caught by Clark, tries to get out of bounds, and he is out of bounds at the 43-yard line. With 26 seconds remaining, Everson Walls tackled him.
Mike Clark has an ability to find holes in a secondary. In fact, Bill Walsh, the 49er coach, was saying last week that even a field like this, which last week against the Giants was treacherous, Clark would still have good footing. He has that kind of stride. He sort of doesn't get his feet very high off the ground. He finds the holes in the secondary, and when everybody else is slipping and sliding, he's still going.
Young comes to the left along with Wilson. Here's another pass play by Montana. Throws over the middle, and it is caught at the Dallas 45 by Clark. You're talking about him. He shook loose again. Now we're down to 15 seconds remaining in the half, 14, and the 49ers employ their final timeout. They only have 11 seconds left in the half. They need a sideline pattern to set up an opportunity to get their field goal unit on the field. Clark's pass reception was at the Dallas 45.
No more timeouts for the 49ers, who trail 17-14. Clark now has 5 catches, 86 yards, and that 1 touchdown on the scramble by Montana. And again, you don't want to wear it out, but he just seems to have that ability to find holes in the secondary. Montana looks for him, obviously. This should be a blistering second half here in San Francisco. Have a sellout crowd, and here at Candlestick Park, they can accommodate 61,185. They're blessed with perfect weather, 50 degrees, sun shining, very little wind to affect the game. And here they will be determining the opponent for the Cincinnati Bengals for the Super Bowl game in Pontiac, Michigan. How about Mr. Gregg? Whether he's thawed out or not, I bet he couldn't be happier. I imagine he wasn't even cold. He came down the street from the city on the lake, Cleveland, to the Queen City of Ohio, Cincinnati, as they call it. And they're in the Super Bowl for the first time. Joe Montana, 12 out of 17. The 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception by Everson Walls. He's picked up 169 yards. So it's been a good first half for Montana. And he's been sacked a couple of times by Dallas. Only 11 seconds remaining. And Montana checks the defense. A long snap count. Back to throw. He pops it short. It is caught, but the play stays inbounds to Solomon with only 5 seconds remaining, and the time is going to expire. The 49ers can't do a thing about it. The pass to Solomon went to the 29-yard line, but the clock caught up to him, and Dallas leads at the intermission with a 3-point lead. That was a funny play, wasn't it? It looked like Clark could have been called for picking the outside defender for Dallas, Ron Fellows, in that place. In that case, he sort of screened Solomon away. They got the completion, but they couldn't get the play off. Well, the gun is sounded, ending the first half. 17-14, Dallas leads at the intermission, and we have the pleasure of the company of one of the greatest running backs in the history of the game, O.J. Simpson, who is no longer playing and looks to be happy about that fact.
Well, yeah, I sort of miss it a little bit, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, and I'm having a good time, and I'm a fan. What can I tell you? I'm enjoying this game, and I've enjoyed the season.
And today, are you a 49er fan or a Cowboys?
Well, obviously, I grew up in San Francisco, and I had the opportunity to play my last 2 seasons here in San Francisco, one with Bill Walsh, and many of the guys who are on the field today, so I am a 49er fan.
You know, Jay, a game like this does so much for the city, for the community, to get into a title game, and then if you win it, it really has a big impact on everybody.
Well, when you consider this city has never had a world champion, the 49ers, as long as they've been here, never had a world champion. I flew up from L.A. today. I got here about 3 hours before game time, and as I approached the stadium, I told Ahmad Rashad, a guy who came up with me, that, you know, it's great we got here early because nobody's here. When we turned in the parking lot, it was filled. It was already filled. There was no traffic because everybody was already here.
We've seen some good action for 30 minutes. There's one sad fact which prevails about this game to this point.
Well, you know, it's real unfortunate because it has been a well-played game, and I've seen some calls that were questionable, but I don't think that call was questionable at all. I feel bad for Mr. Locke because he made a super play, and when you're up 14-10, you make a great play like that, you got the ball at midfield, it could mean an awful lot.
Could mean the outcome. Could mean the game.
The 49ers could go in and score their high. Dallas is down. Instead, Dallas is up 17-14, so it really, really had an effect on this game, no matter what happens from this point on.
Neither Pat Summerall or I saw anything with our naked eye, and then what we saw in the replay gave no indication that it should have been defensive interference. Well, perhaps offensive interference more than anything.
Well, I looked over at the TV announcers over there, and they looked over at me, and everybody had the same reaction. It was a bad call. It was a great play by Lott, and I'm with Brody, I'm with Rashad. We all thought it was a one great play by Lott. Anybody watched it visually at the opportunity saw that it was not interference.
Well,
but that doesn't mean anything at this point.
You still have to play.
17-14 at halftime.
O.J. Simpson, nice to see you, and thank you for joining us. Happy New Year, Jake.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you and everyone watching. I hope you enjoyed the second half as much as this first half.
We're back here at Candlestick Park, and the 49ers will receive the second half kickoff. Pat Summerall's alongside, and I'm Jack Buck. Pat, I was here a week ago, and there was no doubt in my mind that the personal foul assessed against New York and Gary Jeter was the biggest item in that game.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think one of the big items, certainly in the first half of this game,
was the pass interference call.
With 3:56 remaining, the 49ers had a 14-10 lead. They had intercepted the ball. Ronnie Lott returned it out beyond his 30. So instead of going one way with the lead, Dallas was going the other way. It took them 3 plays to get in and score.
As you look at the first half stats, San Francisco 12 first downs, Dallas only 7. 193 total yards for the 49ers, 109 for Dallas. The key thing, I suppose you'd have to say, was that big penalty we talked about and the 3 big turnovers by San Francisco, only one by Dallas.
Amos Lawrence and Bill Ring are back to get the kickoff for the second half. And we sure don't like to wear any officials out.
No.
I know that's never been my style or yours, Pat, but we can't find a soul up here on the press level who agreed with what they called.
Sitting over next to us are 3 pretty good judges, I think you'd have to say, John Brody, O.J. Simpson, and Ahmad Rashad, and none of them agreed with the call either.
Lawrence takes the kickoff on the 2, comes out across the 15 to the 20, and he is tackled near the San Francisco 24. And Robert Newhouse was downfield. The little guy is still very much a part of every game in which he participates.
You're so right. On special teams, after being the starting fullback for so many years,
they've had 3 of those in the history between these two clubs, and Dallas has prevailed each time. Elliott got 5 yards on that carry. He's in the backfield with Cooper, who has the ball now. Elliott made a good block. Cooper cut back, but there was nothing doing. He got a couple of yards at the most. It'll be a 3rd down play. Bob Brunig was there. How's Bethea been doing as he fills in for John Dutton?
he's done an excellent job. We mentioned early in the broadcast that we felt that the loss of Dutton would be a big factor, but you certainly can't criticize what Bethea has done. Not only rushed the passer well, he's played the run well.
And the 49ers are without Ricky Patton in their backfield. He has a bad knee. He's one of their better running backs. Now Ring is in there on 3rd down and 2 from the 33-yard line. Here comes Ring trying for the first down and did not get it with that carry over the right side. Well, the 49ers changed their philosophy here at the start of the second half.
I was just about to say, Jack, I'm a little bit surprised at that because they are so effective when they throw the football. They use it, unlike perhaps any other team in professional football, in that they use the pass for control and for possession.
Guy Brown, the additional linebacker, was in there to help Bob Brunig on the tackle, and here's a punt from Jim Miller. James Jones waits inside his 30 for Dallas. They'll get the ball as the 49ers could not get a first down. Surprising to see them employ the philosophy they did employ. Here is the punt by Miller. High and not too deep and well covered, and Jones takes it, fumbles it at the 35, and it belongs to Dallas. They got it back.
Again, that punt from Miller, he kicks right-footed, of course, barefooted. That was a 32-yard kick. But the way it rotates in the air, it seems to be very, very difficult to handle.
Jones got his own fumble back. That's the second one that he has dropped today. The Cowboys move from their own 34-yard line here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Dallas leading 17-14.
49ers on this first down situation stick with their season-long defensive philosophy. That is a 3-man front. If they get you in a hole, they'll put Fred Dean in very quickly, and he'll try to rush the passer.
Cincinnati defeated San Diego earlier today, 27-7. Under center is Danny White. Dorsett is in the backfield, split back with Ron Springs. On first down with Johnson in motion, they give to Dorsett running right, slants upfield and blows out to about the 40-yard line, and he got 5. Ronnie Lott came up to make the hit. Nobody runs like Dorsett, at least not on this field.
It looks like that he's getting nothing, and he winds up with 5 yards. Only one back, Jack, in fact, all year long got 100 yards against this San Francisco defense, and George Rogers of the New Orleans Saints, the rookie, did it twice. Once here, once in New Orleans.
Second down and 5 as Dorsett picked up 5. Pearson is to the left. Here is White to Dorsett again. He got only a yard. He came out to the 40-yard line. He tried to change directions. It was forced by Ronnie Lott. And then he got some help when he forced Dorsett to change his route.
Dorsett's 10th carry. He's got 50 yards, so he's averaging 5 per shot. If he can continue to do that, Dallas should be in reasonably good shape. They lead by 3.
3rd and 4 for the Cowboys. They're on top 17-14. 11:40 left in the third quarter. Lynn Thomas comes in defensively in the backfield for the 49ers. Fred Dean lines up at the right defensive end spot. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys. White checks the alignment. He's back to throw. He looks and he's chased out of the pocket. He's on the dead run. 4 men after him. He throws incomplete. Intentional grounding is going to be called against Dallas.
You don't see Danny White make many mistakes in judgment. That was one of them when he came out of the pocket. There was nobody in a white jersey anywhere close, and he is indeed called for intentional grounding.
Dwayne Board was the closest to him. He was running for his life. 4 49ers were after him. That's a loss of down, and the ball is put down at the Dallas 23.
White, of course, will stay in to punt.
Illegal pass. Intentional grounding. Number 11. Ball placed at the start of the throw. 4th down.
It is 4th down. And punting time for Danny White. He won't be able to do anything cute now. He'll just punch it out of there as deep as he can. Back to get it, Freddie Solomon and Dwight Hicks, twin safety men. We've seen them reverse these punt returns for the 49ers. White will get the kick away from just outside his 10-yard line. He needs a good snap from center. He gets it. And White kicks it without any opposition. It comes out to Hicks, who took it on his 38-yard line, got to the 40. Trying to get outside, he does, to the 45. He is out of bounds in midfield. So the 49ers get the ball for the second time in the second half at the 50-yard line after a 40-yard punt, a 12-yard return by Hicks and the tackle by Guy Brown. With a score, Dallas 17, the 49ers 14. Let's take time out. 11:07 left, third quarter. CBS Radio sending the game your way from San Francisco. Pat Summerall alongside. I'm Jack Buck. Earlier today, Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl by beating San Diego 27-7. The game surprised you, or the score, or the winner, Pat?
It really did, and as you mentioned before, it's almost unfair to have a game and a Super Bowl candidate, with all due respect to Cincinnati, and weather conditions like that, you can't really judge who's the best team.
On first down, Montana is going to throw. He airs it out long upfield. It's open for a moment, but overthrown and incomplete. Freddie Solomon was there. He was chased by Thurman, and Walls ends up in the same area. How'd those two end up over there?
They pretty much follow Solomon man-to-man. Randy White really popped Montana just as he let the ball go, and he is slow getting up and limping.
Along those lines, Guy Benjamin is the backup quarterback for the 49ers. But Montana is a tough cookie. He hangs in there at 2nd and 10 from midfield. 49ers got the ball to start the second half, had to punt without making a first down. Then they forced a Dallas punt. And now the 49ers with Solomon in motion try to move the pigskin. Here is a delay, and it pops wide open up the middle down near the 40-yard line of Dallas. Very close to a first down. Racing with the ball was Bill Ring. His forward progress was just outside the Dallas 40, inches short of a first down.
Excellent call by the 49ers. Bill Walsh, of course, does the play calling. Signals it in to Montana. 2nd and long, you got to figure they're going to put it in the air. They called a draw play, and it worked almost perfectly.
It's going to be 3rd down in inches. They measure just to satisfy the 49ers. The two safety men, Charlie Waters and Michael Downs, were there to make the tackle. You don't hear much about Downs, but he did a job, didn't he?
Another of those free agents. The reputation he had when he was playing at Rice University was that he didn't like to hit people. Dallas took a chance, gave him a tryout. He turned out to be a good one. And after they got there, they found out that one of the reasons that he didn't, if indeed that's true, like to hit people, was that he had a broken bone in his neck.
That'll stop you.
I wouldn't want to hit anybody with a broken bone in my neck, would you?
No, sir. 3rd and inches for the 49ers. They have Earl Cooper, the big back, in the backfield. Now he's out of there now, and Ring is joined by Walt Easley. Here's a quarterback sneak, and Montana gets the first down to the Dallas 39. That's pretty cute, isn't it? When you put in a new back and you give the defense something to think about, Easley perhaps carrying the ball, and then sneak it yourself. At least it gives an added dimension to the play.
Easley, of course, a great big back. He goes about 230, and you have to be aware of the fact that he's in there and the fact that it would seem logical to give him the football in a short yardage situation like that. Ring comes out now.
10-10 left in the third quarter. Bob Bruning made that last tackle along with Larry Bethea. He's playing in place of John Dutton on first down. The 49ers with a pass play. And here is Montana scrambling and throwing, and it is incomplete at the Dallas 25. Solomon made a diving try for the ball. A flag has been thrown, and perhaps it's holding against San Francisco. It's a call against the 49ers.
No, perhaps it is holding. Good pressure again by the Dallas front four. They forced Montana to scramble.
That Harvey Martin looks like he's running the 100-yard dash. He just puts his head down and just comes roaring through there. No technique at all being employed. He just comes.
Illegal pushing about number 68, 10 yards, still face down.
Call is against John Ayers, the left guard of the 49ers. Randy Cross, the other guard. Keith Farnhorst is the right tackle. Dan Audick, the left tackle. They have their work cut out for them. It is first down and 20 at the 49-yard line of Dallas. Here's a pass play by Montana. Look out, Joe. He steps up in the pocket, throws. It's caught inside the 35 of Dallas. Big yards to the tight end. Charlie Young caught it with Anthony Dickerson on him along with Benny Barnes, and now the 49ers could keep the drive going. It is a second down and 4 coming up.
Again, you have to admire the athletic ability of Joe Montana because Dallas had a big, strong rush going again. Montana stepped up into the pocket. Not only stepped up, but didn't lose sight of the receivers downfield and what it was he had to do. He did almost the same thing on that play that he did on the touchdown pass to Dwight Clark.
He has thrown while his body has been in awkward positions frequently today, but he's been effective. Second and 4. Here's another pass. He rolls right and throws. It's caught by Cooper. First down, out of bounds at the Dallas 26-yard line. They can really chew you up when they get rolling.
They use a pass perhaps as effectively as anybody ever has. 15 out of 21 for Montana. 2 touchdowns. The 1 interception by Everson Walls, but a very, very strong day for the third-year quarterback from Notre Dame, Joe Montana.
They say that Cooper went out of bounds at the Cowboy 27. 49ers trail by 3. 17-14 the score. Clock stopped. 9:07 remaining in the third quarter. It's been a scoreless period to this point. Freddie Solomon goes left and Dwight Clark splits right. Young, the tight end on the left side. Here's a running play to Elliott. Trying to go outside. Cuts it in. Makes good yards. He gets down to the 23-yard line of Dallas with some nifty running.
Good running by Elliott. Harvey Martin had a chance about a yard deep in the backfield to bring him down, and Elliott got away from him and from Guy Brown and Mike Hagman and still made good yardage.
He picked up 4. Finally stopped by Dennis Thurman, the cornerback. Second down. Actually, he got 3.5. We better call it second down and 7 at the Dallas 23.
49ers well within Ray Wersching's field goal range already.
They use a wing formation. Solomon goes in motion off the wing on second down. Here's a delay to Cooper. He picks his way for good yards. He's very close to a first down near the 16-yard line. He does have a first down inside the 17. First down, 49ers on the run by Cooper. The tackle by White, helped by Thurman. 49ers are on a roll now to the Dallas 16. And a first down with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. 49ers trying to move in to go ahead. They're not thinking field goal. The rookie Mike Wilson out of Washington State is in the game. He comes to the right side. Clark is to the left. Here's a first down pass by Montana. Look out. The blitz. He pops it off. It's intercepted by White inside the 15-yard line. Montana was being blitzed, and he threw the ball, and it went off the hands of his receiver and into the hands of D.D. Lewis for the 4th San Francisco turnover today. Randy White caught it. at the Dallas 13-yard line. So that stops that.
That's a name you won't hear on interceptions very often. Randy White. Usually he's back around the quarterback somewhere, and that's the first pass in his pro career that he's intercepted.
The sad part of it from the 49er viewpoint was that it could have been caught. Well, we'll be back in just a moment.
You know just where you're going, and you're going all the way. Night or day, we're gonna help you get there, and we'll get you there with time to spare. Transportation you can trust, Atlanta, discover us, Northside Airport Express.
Atlanta and Georgia football fans know where they're going, and everybody at Northside Travel Group was with you from the first game of the season to the final playoff, helping you get there with complete travel agency services of Northside Travel, with charter coaches from Northside Charter, and with direct service to the international airport from Northside Airport Express. When you think of travel, think of the Northside Travel Group, Northside Travel, Northside Charter, and of course,
Northside Airport Express.
455-1600.
The 49ers started to drive after taking the punt at the 50-yard line. They had a 1st and 10 at the Dallas 16 when Montana's pass was deflected into the arms of Randy White, who brought it down at the Dallas 13. The 4th turnover for the home team today.
And again, those are so very, very important.
D.D. Lewis forced the quick throw by Montana. The ball went off the hands of Elliott, thrown behind him a bit, and into the arms of Randy White.
Give D.D. Lewis an assist because Montana would have been able to get the ball to Elliott had it not been for that rush.
Dorsett and Springs in the backfield. White from his own 13 is going to pass, surprisingly. Rolls right and throws. Springs can't handle it out around the 20-yard line. He led him a bit too much. And it is going to be second down. We have some information which came from the officials' dressing room at halftime.
Dean Look, the side judge who made the call on that controversial interference penalty, ruled that while the two players were running downfield, the defender, in that case Ronnie Lott, bumped the receiver through Pearson and then cut off Pearson's path before Lott caught the ball. He did come up with the interception.
Here's another pass play by White inside the 5. He throws, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Leopold. Back with the ball inside the 15. The ball was tipped by Springs, caught by Leopold. That I was really surprised to see Dallas with Dorsett and Springs throwing the ball while they had the lead after getting the interception by Randy White.
We gave an assist a minute ago to D.D. Lewis on the Randy White interception. That interception was caused by the pressure put on by Fred Dean.
And the ball was intercepted by Bobby Leopold. Came off the hands of Ron Springs, and it's right back at the Dallas 13-yard line.
And the Cowboys look confused on offense. 49ers with a chance certainly now to tie it up.
At least tie it up. First down. And here is Ring running left. What a good block he got inside the 10. He is down near the 7-yard line. Walt easily really buried the would-be tackler.
Mentioned before that Easley is a great big running back. A good blocker we expected to see more of him last week, but we didn't. Easley 6'1", 226. A rookie from West Virginia.
6-yard pickup by the running back, Bill Ring out of Brigham Young, and he's a package at 5'10", 215. It's second down and 4 at the Dallas 7. 6:50 left in the third quarter. Dallas leading by 3, 17-14. Here's a toss to Easley, running right. He is hit and dives to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Mike Hegman tackled him, and Easley was carrying that ball in very, very unprofessional fashion.
Lucky he didn't lose it. Carrying it loose.
He just got inside the 5. It's 3rd and a yard and a half. 3rd and a yard and a half for the 49ers. Out they come as the Cowboys change their defense and now call timeout. Bob Bruning saw that his team wouldn't have been set for the snap of the ball, so he called timeout. When we resume, the The ball belongs to the 49ers at the Dallas 5. It'll be 3rd and 2. Dallas leads 17-14, 6:11 left in the third quarter. Cincinnati beat San Diego 27-7 earlier. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, fun seekers. Ludlow Porch, and I want to talk to you about one of my favorite places in the whole world. And I'm talking about Benny's Shoes. Now, it goes without saying that this is my favorite place to buy shoes. But did you know it's my favorite place just to go, drop by, and say hello in the hot summertime? I go there to get cool, and in the rainy weather, I go there to get dry. You drop in there and you say hello to Louie and Jaime and Jack and all the gang, find out all about the baseball scores, football scores, or whatever sport's popular, and you can do all that at Benny's Shoes. Either location, at the old home office on the Marion Road side of Broadview Plaza or Loman's Plaza out in Cobb County, because every time I go in there, I find a bargain, because the simple fact of the matter is nobody anywhere sells name brand shoes cheaper than my friends at Benny's Shoes. You do yourself a favor. You stop by either location of Benny's Shoes, walk in there, look at those name brand shoes, and save a bunch of money, always at Benny's Shoes.
Here comes a meaningful moment in this game. At the Dallas 5, 3rd and 2, I formation. Davis is in the backfield for the 49ers. Montana gives to the second man ring. He slides right and dives. Very close to a first down at the 3-yard line. What a lunge he got, stretching out. And I'm afraid to guess. I usually like to guess, but we're at a bad angle here. He's very close to a first down. Pat, supposing he didn't make the first down, would you go for it on the ground if you were the 49ers?
I think you have to at this point.
I don't think you can just tie the Cowboys and think that you're going to prevail in the last moments of the game.
I don't think so either. If Ring did get the first down here, he did that on individual effort, because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage, right at the 5.
I don't think he made it. They're going to stretch the chain. He is short by inches. Short by 3 inches, and Bill Walsh, the coach, says, well, he doesn't have to worry about the general manager firing him if he doesn't make it, does he?
No, he's the GM himself. And I don't think he has to worry about the owner either, who's sitting right next to us, F.D. Bartolo.
So Ring went to the Dallas 3, and it's 4th and inches. Clock is stopped because they brought in the chain. 6:05 left in the third quarter. Now it starts again. The ball is at the Dallas 3, and it's 4th down and inches. And the 49ers say, we don't want the tie. We want the first down and the touchdown.
You'd have to guess they'll go at Larry Bethea, who's the least experienced.
Montana, sneak. He got it. Montana with a quarterback sneak, and a flag comes down. A flag comes down. What a time for a flag to come down. And offside is going to be the call against who?
Now you change your whole...
It's against Dallas. Offside Dallas, so they don't have to worry about the measurement now. It's 1st and goal from 1.5 yards away after they mark off the penalty.
And Montana is again shaken up a little bit. Very slow getting up is Joe Montana.
I didn't see that, Pat. He sneaked over the right side, and I know he didn't get away from much yardage.
Offside, defense.
First down, off. The ball is at the Dallas 1. Just outside the 1, we'll call it the 1. Davis is still in there. He is a big back, and he had 7 rushing touchdowns this year. He packs a wallop.
They got him from Tampa Bay, 6'1", 225. And this is why they got him. Situations like this.
He's in there along with Ring. 1st and goal. Davis! Touchdown! Johnny Davis from 1 yard away, and the 49ers in this seesaw, sing-song, ding-dong game have the lead again by 3, and it could be 4. The interception.
Turnovers again to key.
20-17. Favor of the 49ers with 5:44 left in the third quarter. The extra point tried by Wershing, trying to give the 49ers a 4-point lead. It's good. 21-17 in favor of the home team here in San Francisco with 5 49ers 21, Dallas 17. Let's take time out.
If you want the agent who handles life insurance needs for all kinds of people, check with State Farm. Whether you're a young executive, a blue-collar worker, a career woman, a single, or a young family just starting out, check with your State Farm agent. State Farm has the variety of life insurance plans to meet your changing needs, all at a good price. For sensible, affordable life insurance, check your yellow pages for the Good Neighbor agent near you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
United Van Lines presents Stiller and Mira.
Myrna, you're not holding up your end.
Howard, the couch is heavy.
One more flight of stairs. We got it made.
There's an easier way to move. Call United Van Lines.
We save money by moving ourselves. Trust me.
Last time I trusted you, we had twins. Call United.
What's wrong with the truck I rented?
It smells funny inside. United Vans are sanitized treated.
Myrna, the couch.
United Van Lines are the quality movers.
Okay, Myrna, drop it.
Now?
Now. Myrna!
And United takes the pain out of moving.
United Van Lines. We're in the yellow pages.
Safety man Michael Downs of the Cowboys is being helped to the sideline. I didn't see the action. Did you, Pat?
No, I really didn't, Jack. I also see down on the 49er bench that their medical staff is working on Joe Montana. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with him either.
Perhaps on that quarterback sneak, he was injured. Meanwhile, we have to look back, and even though Dallas was offside on the play, the 49ers gambled on fourth down.
And now we look down in front of us, in back of the 49er bench. And Guy Benjamin is warming up for San Francisco. Montana is still being attended to.
Jones is the deep man. He is flanked by Wilson and Newsom for Dallas. The kickoff by Wershing, with the 49ers leading by 4, trying to get to the Super Bowl. There's a line drive kick toward the sideline, and it goes out of bounds again. And now Wershing will have to kick from the 30-yard line. That gives us all a little breather, Pat Summerall. I want to pick up on something you said during the heat of things a moment ago about the way the Cowboys looked confused during that little 3 or 4 minute time frame.
The 49ers really have them, at least at the moment, figured out offensively. And they do look confused about what they want to do on offense. Danny White, very poised individual. You don't see him very often look like he doesn't know what to do. But in this case, he does.
Were you surprised after Randy White intercepted at the Dallas 13 that they came out throwing with a healthy Dorsett and Springs back there?
A little bit, but against a team like the 49ers, who play the 3-man front and don't put as much pressure on the passer on first down, it's a good time to throw the football.
Before Fred Dean gets into the lineup.
Right.
Now the kick will be forthcoming from the 30 with 5:39 left in the third quarter. That's how far away the 49ers are from Pontiac, Michigan, for 2 weeks from today to play Cincinnati.
Today's attendance, Jack, by the way, is the largest crowd in the history of the San Francisco 49ers.
Here's a kick by Wershing, another line drive sailing kick. Jones took it on the 13. He's quickly across the 20, 25, stumbles and goes down at the 31 of Dallas. And now it behooves the Cowboys, after that tackle by Milt McCall, it behooves the Cowboys to get something going offensively, not only because of the deficit on the scoreboard, the 4 points, but for their own posture and the take charge attitude that they usually have but don't have.
As good a job as George Stoma from Kansas City did on this field, right now it's starting to get chewed up a little bit, and the field is becoming more and more of a factor. The track is not good.
I would guess we're going to see Dorsett become a factor here now from the Dallas 31 on first down out of the eye. Here's the delay to Dorsett. He gets 2-3 yards out to the 33. They only got 2 as it turned out. It'll be 2nd and 8. Reynolds and Pookie made the tackle.
The attendance, 60,525. That breaks the old record, 49er record, by about 400 people.
The football happening of this sort hasn't occurred in a long time. Well, in fact, never in the history of the 49ers. They've been into some championship games before. They've led before late in the game, but the interest has never been this high. 2nd and 8. Saldi is the wing back to the left. Danny White sets the club. He tosses to Dorsett. Dorsett comes out to the 35. That's all. It's going to be 3rd and 6. He ran into Reynolds and Harper, and they just stood him straight up. So he got 2. Now he got 3. 3rd and 5.
The kind of situation the 49ers love as far as their defensive philosophy is concerned. They can put Fred Dean wherever they want to. They'll find him on the weak side. They play 5 defensive backs, and they can put some pressure on you. Right now, Dean is lined up as the defensive right end. He may or may not stay there. Yes, he does. So it'll be Donovan who has the responsibility.
3rd and 5. Lynn Thomas is in the 49er backfield. Shotgun formation for White. He has Jones in the backfield with him. Johnson in motion. He's back to throw. No pressure. He throws. It's caught for a first down at the 45. The tackle made immediately, and what a throw. How Jones got out of the backfield as quickly as he did, I don't know. But he caught it at the Dallas 45, and Leopold tackled him.
That quiets the crowd just a bit. Mentioned a minute ago that Pat Donovan would have the responsibility of Fred Dean. In the first game, the meeting between Dallas and San Francisco earlier in the year, it's probably the worst game Pat Donovan ever had because Fred Dean was all over everybody that day. He's done a good job today. Dean's put some pressure on the passer, but Donovan's done an excellent job.
That was a big 3rd down for Dallas, and they completed the pass to Jones. Now on first down, Dorsett trying to find room up the middle, came across midfield and dives to the 48 of the 49ers, and he picked up 7 yards on a crash up the middle.
That is one he almost broke. If somebody didn't trip him up, that would have been Dallas back in the lead again, because nobody was between him. Reese and Ford, I think, were the two that got the arms out that tripped him.
A pickup of 6 as it turned out. 2nd and 4. They put it at the 49ers 49-yard line. 2nd down and 4. This is what I thought the Cowboys would do earlier. After they got the ball on the interception. On 2nd down with Springs the other back to give to Springs. Picks his way up the middle. Gets a first down as he hurdles down to the 45-yard line of San Francisco. And it is a first down. First Dorsett and now Springs. There he can still move the ball on the ground, Pat.
That's the key. They finished 2nd in the NFC behind Detroit in yards gained on the ground and barely finished 2nd. And those two guys can still run it with an assist from Newhouse once in a while. Dorsett, 13 carries. He's picked up 61 yards.
We get word about Joe Montana.
Montana's had the wind knocked out of him, and he should be back. Benjamin warmed up nevertheless, but it should be Montana the next time San Francisco gets it.
First down at the 45-yard line of San Francisco, and White keeps the ball, rolls right and throws. It's caught by Springs. He's hit at the 40-yard line, but they got 5. The Cowboys are moving it. Ronnie Lott, a sure-handed tackler, took Springs' legs right out from under it.
That was a play that looked like it might get a lot more than it did because Springs was so wide open. But Ronnie Lott, it's, I guess, questionable, Jack, to go back and look at last year's draft and think who had the best of it, whether it was New Orleans with George Rogers, whether it was the Giants with Lawrence Taylor, or the 49ers with Ronnie Lott.
How about Brooks with San Diego?
Not bad either.
The ball at the 40-yard line of San Francisco, and it's 2nd and 6. Dallas gives the ball to Dorsett. He is hauled down. He gained about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Willie Harper with a sure hit. Trying to clear out was the right guard, Kurt Peterson. He couldn't move anybody on that trip. Now we have 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
You mentioned Kurt Peterson. Tom Landry paid him perhaps one of the finest compliments, and Landry's not one to hand out compliments and have them not mean anything. He says that Kurt Peterson is the most improved player in 1 year that he has ever coached.
That's high praise. 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5 Dallas. They're out of the shotgun with the additional wide receivers. And on 3rd down, a long snap count, White's going to throw. He sets up and throws long down the right sideline, and it is a flag thrown. And looked like Lott ran into the receiver, Butch Johnson. If so, it happened inside the 15.
2 flags thrown from every position. And once again, those judgment calls and the calls that are made by the officials are so critical. This is against San Francisco.
Lott really, well, as good as he is, He really looked like a rookie that time, didn't he? Jumping up and down in front of the receiver. He wasn't playing the ball at all. He never did turn around, and that's interference.
No question about that one. You can question the first one, but that one was indeed interference.
A call against Lott, and they moved the ball down at the San Francisco 13-yard line. A first down for the Cowboys, who trail by 4. The best the 49ers could hope for now would be to make Dallas settle for a field goal. But Dallas has loftier thoughts than that. Here's a give to Dorsett. He's hit. He gained only a yard, and that will be the final play in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9 when we come back. Archie Reese with a big hit. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The 49ers 21, the Dallas Cowboys 17. Spots for the guys who wrap the ankles, take the knees, soak the elbows, and massage the egos. Here's to the trainers.
There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So used to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do.
You guys see more tape in a year than Wall Street.
Yeah, here's to the trainers. They're always the first at the ballpark and the last to leave. So go ahead, guys. After the game, dip into your own ice bucket for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
Yes, sir. For all you unsung heroes, you've got it coming.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
The only thing better than buying a new GM car is winning one. And now that's possible with the GM Match and Win sweepstakes. Just take the number that you received in the special insert in January 10th newspapers to a Buick dealership and see if it matches. No purchase is necessary. And in case you didn't get a number, your Buick dealer can provide you with details. While you're there, check out your number and then check out the great new 82 Buicks. Even if you don't win, you can do the next best thing, buy a new Buick. Contest open to licensed drivers only, void where prohibited.
That summer, all the Cowboys were shut out during that third quarter. That doesn't happen to them very often.
Usually, after the intermission, after the halftime, they start to come on a little bit stronger. 6 times during the regular season, they came from behind in the fourth quarter to win. They'll have a chance to do it again today.
They have really, really burned the 49ers late in 3 previous games.
Gosh.
And they still remember that here in San Francisco. We have 15 minutes of football left. The Cowboys have the ball at the San Francisco 12-yard line. It's 2nd down and 9. Jones and Springs are in the backfield at the moment. Dorsett is out. Jones is better at catching the ball.
Last game, Roger Staubach was not supposed to play. He came on. He'd been hurt. Ron Sellers, who had not really been much of a factor, caught the touchdown pass that beat San Francisco.
Springs goes way outside as a wide receiver. And Jones is in the backfield. Hill comes in motion. And back to throw is White. He looks and throws end zone. It's caught by Dupree at the 5. Dupree at the 5-yard line hauled it in, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3. That was an unusual formation. Carlton Williamson made the tackle on the tight end, but that was one play that Dallas had up their sleeve for this game.
White had his mind made up as soon as he got the football. An injured 49er, I'm not sure who it is. Looks like it might be Willie Harper.
The ball is at the San Francisco 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 3 for Dallas. As I said earlier, the most that the 49ers can hope for here is a Dallas field goal. But Dallas is thinking about the touchdown to regain the lead.
Now, we talked about a minute ago, what would Bill Walsh do? What does Tom Landry do if they don't make a first?
Well, I suppose with 14:40 left in the game, he'd go for the field goal, and Pat nods his head. He agrees with me. Meanwhile, they're tending to an injured player, and with the score 21-17 in favor of San Francisco, let us take time out.
1982, the year of a brand new century from Buick. A century that's taken on a whole new look because it's been redesigned from front to back. The most aerodynamic Buick in recent years. And for
all its good looks, this Century is more than just a pleasure to look at. Its front-wheel drive will pull you through the worst weather, and its luxurious interior will comfortably accommodate 1982. It's not just a new year, but a whole new century at your Buick dealers now.
Right now, at Value Ride Pharmacies, there's a special that'll help you start the new year looking good. During the Big Lucky Buck sale, Value Ride is featuring Vidal Sassoon shampoo or finishing rinse in regular or extra gentle, extra protection formulas. These large 12-ounce economy sizes are at one of Value Ride's lowest prices ever. Your choice, just $1.99. Treat yourself to Vidal Sassoon hair care products and save money, too, at Value Ride. Check the yellow pages for the neighborhood Value Ride pharmacy near you.
After an interference call against the 49ers and Ronnie Lott, the second of the day, the Cowboys are threatening to regain the lead. They have the ball at the San Francisco 5. It's 3rd and 3. They have Dorsett in the backfield with Springs, so they have to cover the outside. Saldi is on a wing. Split backfield. 3rd down, and Danny White starts Saldi in motion. Back to throw. Looks. He's chased. He's on the run and throws, and incomplete in the end zone. And Crosby gets up hollering about interference, but I think his own man, Springs, knocked him down in the end zone. Now we'll see what Landry wants to do.
That is exactly what happened, and here comes Rafael Septien. Danny White had a touchdown if he had just kept the ball and run himself.
He started to run to the left, then he stopped and tried to force it into the end zone. There was all kinds of action. And I tell you, Eric Wright, who was defending on the play, may very well have drawn a flag on that one, Pat, but he didn't.
Could have been easily done. If Springs hadn't been in the same area, I think you would have seen a flag.
Here's Septien trying a 23-yard field goal. He kicked one of 45 yards earlier. The snap from center, Waters puts it down, and we have a one-point game. San Francisco leads Dallas 21-20 with 14:08 remaining in the game to determine the opponent for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Do you think Cincinnati is watching, or do you think they care who they play next week?
If they're watching, they're in the bathtub, I tell you, trying to thaw out after that cold day over in Ohio.
About the only way to get it done, I suppose.
Now Dallas will kick it off. They trail by a point. There was some real mayhem in the end zone on that 3rd down pass play.
Talk about your pass interference penalties and the 2 that were called against Ronnie Lott. And that one that wasn't called, well, they'll be talking about that for a long time.
They'll be talking about some of the officiating. You know, the officials have really come through the season rather unscathed without any monumental decisions that affected the outcome of the game to the point where we heard about it week after week. But they'll be talking about the calls they were forced to make here.
Unlike last year when there was so much controversy, and the year before that, this year it's been, as you mentioned, pretty much controversy-free.
A passive scene.
Yes.
Inside the 5, waiting for the kickoff, Bill Ring and Amos Lawrence. Lawrence is the threat of the 2 with regard to the long return. Septien will kick it off with 14:08 left in the game. And here is Septien about to boot the ball. He does. It's high, rather deep. And it is taken by Lawrence on the 2, 5, 10, 15-yard line. Well, he didn't get to the 20. From about the 19, the 49ers, sitting on a one-point lead, can afford to do nothing other than what they ordinarily do, and that is throw the ball.
You can pretty well tell that that's still what they have in mind by looking at who the halfback is. In this case, it's Linville Elliott, and he's a good pass receiver. Montana, who had the wind knocked out of him earlier, is back in the game.
And Benny Barnes was downfield again, along with Ron Fellows to make the tackle at the 49er 19-yard line. Montana is back in there. He was shaken up earlier. He's the quarterback. He starts Elliott in motion. First down pass from the 19. Sets up and throws long downfield, and it is incomplete. He tried to get it to Mike Schumann, and Schumann had shaken loose behind Thurman, but the ball was overthrown by quite a margin, 3 or 4 steps.
Again, heavy pressure from the Dallas rush. Montana didn't have quite the time to get set. Of course, we mentioned before that he had the wind knocked out of him, and maybe that might still be bothering a bit. Clark comes back now.
Usually against Dallas, Pat, you get time to throw on first down.
Because they go in that flex defense and don't try to put too much pressure on the passer.
Now it's second down and 10, and Montana may be committed to a throwing series. He has Easley in the backfield. He's going to put it up again. He sets and throws, and this is open and caught by Solomon at the 35. He is out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Solomon shook loose outside of Everson Walls for a gigantic first down at the 40 for the home team.
Boy, that is a big one. Not only the first down, but some breathing room for Solomon, who ran a rather unusual pattern. Started to the inside, ran into a couple of defenders, and then came back to the outside.
So even if the 49ers have to give up the ball, Dallas is going to be back at their far end of the field. But remember, they trail only by a point. It's 21-20. Second down and 6 for the 49ers. The rookie Wilson goes to the right. Two tight ends are in there. And here's an inside handoff, and Easley fumbled the ball, and is recovered by Walls. Walt Easley fumbled the ball, and Dallas gets it at midfield, the 5th San Francisco turnover.
That's the kind of break that you just can't afford.
We talked earlier about the way Easley was carrying the ball down at the far end of the field. Well, Dallas trails by a point. They have the ball at midfield, 12:57 remaining. Bob Bruning made the hit, and it was recovered by Walls. We'll be back in a moment.
The football season is over when you play your last game. But with a set of sheepskin seat covers from Averill Exclusives, you'll feel like a winner for all seasons. Hi, everybody. This is John James of the Atlanta Falcons. Ever since the hot days of July, I've had the pleasure of driving around in the luxurious comfort of my natural sheepskin seat covers. Now that it's colder than a referee's heart, the skins have really begun to pay off. Some of my teammates even call me a man for all seasons. Let's take time out for my friends at Averill Exclusives with this special offer.
Thanks, John. Want to avoid cold seats this winter? Till January 31st, Averill will fit your car with their most popular genuine sheepskin seat cover for just $69. Save even more with a pair. Averill brings you true European driving comfort with automotive specialties like soft leather driving gloves, plush floor mats, Porsche sunglasses, and other accessories. Just dial COMFORT, that's COMFORT on your phone for comfort in your car. Averill Exclusives, Roswell Road at West Wayuka, 2 miles inside I-285.
Pat Summerall, I think this record crowd is starting to get the idea here that their team is not going to win it if they continue to turn it over as they have. 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and you just can't do that against anybody, much less the Dallas Cowboys. The only way it can turn is for the Cowboys to make some mistakes.
Which they have done. 49ers, as you mentioned, 5 turnovers and a couple of 49er notes. Willie Harper, the linebacker, has a twisted knee, and Fred Dean has a bruised knee. The idea is that both will return, but they might be less effective.
Harper is in there now. First down in midfield for White. A delay to Dorsett running left. He breaks it to the 45. He's down to the 42. Breaks it again and gets a first down to the 39-yard line. Tony Dorsett with a strong run to the San Francisco 39.
49ers shaken up is Lawrence Pillars, whom the 49ers picked up this year after his time with the New York Jets. He has turned into quite a player. He was hurt going into the game, and he's hurt more now.
Pat, these turnovers have put the 49er defense under the gun. They've been on the field a long, long time, and now they are starting to have people go down. Dean, Harper, Pillars.
A lot of times you lose sight of that fact. You know, they may not give up many yards, but after a while, if you spend as much time on the field as they've been forced to do, no matter how good you are, how dedicated you are, you start to lose half a step, some of your effectiveness, and it's just not the same defensive unit that started the game.
And you miss a half a step on a fellow like Dorsett, and you watch his number going down the field, getting smaller and smaller all the time.
And they start changing those numbers up on the scoreboard very quickly.
The injury stops the clock with 12:36 left in the game. Earlier today in the NFL, Cincinnati eliminated San Diego 27-7. So the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, which will be played 2 weeks from today. You'll hear it on CBS Radio.
And you'll be there.
I'll be there. Hank Stram will be back with me, and you'll be together with John Madden on the television side.
I look forward to that.
2 weeks weeks from today, will Pillars trots off. Looks like he may come back. Meanwhile, Cowboys get a first down on that run by Dorsett to the 39-yard line of the 49ers.
Dorsett, 16 carries, 74 yards. That's for number 33 for Dallas. San Francisco as a team has 84 yards total on the ground.
You can almost close your eyes and know what's going to happen out here. The Cowboys have done it so often. They trail by a point. They're in the I formation. And on first down, they go into split backs. Here is White with a pass play. Swings it out to Springs. He catches it. And that's another first down to the 28-yard line. 27 of San Francisco. Harper covering, made the tackle. And Dallas can chew up that territory.
When they get a situation like this, their offense looks like their head coach. It's so methodical. They look exactly like they're just well dressed on offense.
First down run by Dorsett, a first down pass to Springs. The ball at the 49er 27, and more than anything else, they need to get the football away from the Cowboys. Cowboys trailing 21-20. Here's a toss to Dorsett, running left, cuts up inside the 25. He's down near the 21-yard line before he is stopped, and he got 6. Dwight Hicks tackled him, and he seems to have more energy and speed than anybody on that field.
Dwight Hicks or Dorsett?
Dorsett.
Hicks came from nowhere to make that tackle. It looked like Dorsett might say hello in the end zone for a minute, and Hicks came sprinting across.
That was a 6-yard pickup by Dorsett. Now we have exactly 11 minutes remaining in the game.
And you keep thinking about that man you mentioned just a minute ago, Rafael Septien, and what a factor he's going to be down this stretch.
Already they're within field goal range, trailing by a point. Split backs with Dorsett and Springs. White sets the club and fakes it to Dorsett, and he's going to pass. Looks and throws, end zone, touchdown. Crosby caught the ball 1 yard out and walked in. A first down pass play puts Dallas back on top, and now the 49ers need a touchdown of their own to regain the lead.
Danny White, who rolled out, had his eyes and his mind made up immediately that Crosby was the man. You remember so many times during the year when they had to have a clutch touchdown or when they needed one, that's the man he looked for. And what an advantage it is to be 6'6" when you're looking down on those defensive backs who are only 6 feet.
He made it look easy. 10:41 left in the game. Septien will try to make it a 6-point lead. Waters will hold the ball. It's a good snap. Waters gets it down. The kick is good. The Cowboys are on top, 27-21, with 10:41 left in the game. With a score, Dallas 27, San Francisco 21. Let's take time out.
You hear that? That sound is right at the top of every beer connoisseur's hit parade. The sound of a Michelob splashing into a tall, frosty glass. Oh, that's nice. Can't listen for long, though. Gotta taste that Michelob. Gotta savor every mellow drop. Sorry, don't mean to torture you like this. But hey, there's no law that says you can't join me for a Michelob, is there? I mean, special time, sure. Everybody knows they call for Michelob. But think of all the pure beer drinking enjoyment you're missing if you save Michelob just for weekends. Come on, live a little. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Most recently in this game, the 49er defense caused the Cowboys to settle for a field goal. That was with 14:08 remaining. And then Solomon caught a pass out to the 40-yard line for the 49ers. Looked like they were on a roll, and then something bad happened.
Those turnovers again. In this case, a fumble by Easley right at midfield. And the Cowboys went those 50 yards in 4 plays.
Dorsett ran for 11, a pass to Springs to the 27. Dorsett ran to the 21, and the touchdown pass to Doug Crosby, and Dallas leads 27-21.
Danny White, 13 out of 20 for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. Montana, 16 of 24.
Here's the kick to Bill Ring. He took it on the 1. He's to the 5, 10, 15, and what a big hit was made by Newhouse. Boy, that little son of a gun has been downfield all day, and he hasn't missed.
Little?
Well, tiny. Short.
short, but 2:15, 2:20. The return by Ring to the San Francisco 17. They have a long way to go. They trail by 6. 10:32 remaining in the game. Some football game here in San Francisco.
Oh, terrific. Terrific. No matter who wins.
To the right goes Solomon. Dwight Clark is in tight on the left side. Young is the tight end on the right side. They haven't thrown to him much lately. Cooper's in the backfield along with Ring. And on first down, Montana's going to throw. Sets up and throws, and it is batted away. What a good play by Brunig, the linebacker, as Earl Cooper thought he was going to get it out around the 35.
Cooper had about a half step. And again, that's the matchup you'd like to have. You got your middle linebacker covering a back out of the backfield, and there's no way, as good as Bob Brunig is, that he's going to run and win a foot race.
And who was after Montana?
Randy White put the heat on again.
It is second down and 10. 27-21, Dallas leading fourth quarter, 10:25 remaining. Second down and 10 for Montana. Back to throw, four-man rush. Look out, Joe. He's chased out of the pocket, sets up and throws. It's caught by Clark beyond the 35. First down to the 35-yard line of San Francisco. Clark shook loose, and Montana's agility allowed him to avoid the rush, complete the pass. Ron Fellows made the tackle.
Dwight Clark, the San Francisco receiver, has such great ability. You know who his girlfriend is?
Tell me.
Miss Universe. Is that good enough?
Good enough. The ball at the 49er 35. Good thing I didn't say what I just thought of saying. The ball's at the 35-yard line and a first down.
Clark has 6 catches.
First down pass play by Montana. Has time, looks, throws long downfield. Heavy coverage. Walls intercepts. Intercepts for Dallas. Everson Walls with his second of the game and the 6th turnover for San Francisco.
That uncanny ability that Everson Walls has. You know, he led the nation in interceptions last year, and nobody drafted him.
He took it down at the Dallas 27, his second of the day. And 10:07 remain in the game. I want to talk about that particular pass play when we come back. Dallas leads 27-21. Let's take time out. 6 turnovers charged against the 49ers. 3 fumbles, 3 interceptions, and if there's one pass that Montana would like to have back for the entire year, it would be that one.
That one right there, the second interception by Everson Walls on the same pattern. He tried to go to Solomon twice in the same situation. Walls came down with the first one at the 1-yard line, and the 49ers wound up scoring after Dallas couldn't get out of there. Now they're in better shape.
The ball at the Dallas 27, and the 49ers need the football. They trail by 6, 27-21. 10:07 left in the game. A toss to Dorsett. He avoids one tackle, but Harper is there to bring him down for a loss on the play of about a yard. And Dallas can't afford to sit on it either.
That's just exactly what I was thinking, Jack. They're going to have to put it up in the air. You know, if you're a San Francisco defender, whether it be Jack Reynolds or whoever it might be, in a situation like this, you look in that backfield, you see number 33, Tony Dorsett. You figure if they're going to run, he's going to be the runner. Now they're in a situation where they almost have to throw. They have James Jones and Dorsett, both good receivers in the backfield.
Fred Dean checks in for San Francisco, plays the left end. And on 2nd and 10, here is White handing off to Dorsett, running left, turns it upfield and got only a couple of yards, and he is dropped. What we're talking about, Pat, Carlton Williamson came up roaring from that secondary to help Reynolds with the tackle.
Even with Jones in the game, again, as I said, you have to figure that it's going to be Dorsett with the football. Now the 49ers are figuring Dallas has to throw. And I wonder what Tom Landry might be thinking right now. Do we run it again and chew up some time and then punt? Or do we take a chance on an interception?
8:50 left in the game. Here's a big call, the extra back. Lynn Thomas is in there for San Francisco. White from his 29-yard line is in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap and he's back to throw. He looks and throws over the middle, and it's caught by Saldi for a first down. Inside the 40. They always seem to have something up their sleeve.
Or somebody.
Saldi really upset that time with Eric Wright, who hit him with an overhand right after he made that reception. And boy, that's a big first down.
To the Dallas 38. Allows them to keep the ball, and we'll go under the 8-minute mark now. We have 8:10 left in the game. Dallas leading 27-21. Earlier, Cincinnati defeated San Diego 27-7. That was a big play. It was 3rd and 8, and Saldi got loose, and White did not miss him. Now Dorsett and Springs in the backfield. A first down pass. White, a screen pass, and it's caught by Jones. He dances around and moves out to the 41-yard line with a modest gain, perhaps 4 yards before he is tackled. Greg Pookie, the inside linebacker, got him, and these Cowboys just make you reel trying to figure out where they're going to come from on offense.
They have so many weapons. Such a great philosophy about how to run that offense.
Pick up a 4 yards on the screen, and that'll take us to 7:20 left in the game and the clock running.
Just to amplify what you were saying, Jack, Danny White has thrown to 8 different receivers in the game already, but none to Dorsett and none to Drew Pearson.
2nd down and 6. Here's White. He gives to Dorsett on a delay. Coming outside right. Chased, hit, slowed down, moves across the 45. He is out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. Ronnie Lott chased him out.
You look at Dorsett get hit like he did. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, broke a tackle, and still got good yardage. Last year in the offseason, Cowboys have an off-season weight program, training program, what have you. He was there 20 days. This year in the off-season, he was there 121 days.
He is stronger than ever and as quick as ever. It's 3rd and 1. 2 tight ends for Dallas. Wide under center. Dorsett in the backfield along with Springs. The give to Springs, and he gets about a yard, and he's driven back. Let's check the forward progress. And as we look at it from up here, well, it's really very close, and I'm guessing that he didn't make it on that 3rd down surge.
That would be my guess.
So we'll go down together if we prove to be wrong. That stops the clock with 6:56 left in the game. Dallas leading 27-21. Remember this, the 49ers need a touchdown, even if they were to get the ball within the next minute or so. A field goal wouldn't help them. They trail by 6. They measure to see if Dallas made it on 3rd down. The ball is at the 48 of the Cowboys.
If they don't,
they stretch it, and they made it. Springs made the first down to the Dallas 48.
And as it goes by, those big first downs start to eat up that clock. This is Landry philosophy.
Walls intercepted with 10 minutes left in the game, so they've kept the ball for more than 3 minutes already.
Exactly what they wanted to do.
Pearson comes to the right side. Dallas leading by 6, 27-21. 6:40 left in the game. On first down out of the I formation. White gives the ball to Dorsett. Up the middle, hit at midfield. He got 1.5 yards, and that's all. And Jim Stuckey was there for the 49ers, but look at that clock. There will be about 6 minutes left when they next snap the ball.
Key statistic as you look at things, they can sometimes be misleading, but here's one that isn't misleading. Dallas has converted 4 out of their last 5 third down situations and picked up those big first downs that continue to eat up that clock.
Including one on 3rd and 8 to Saldi with 9 minutes left. Now we're down to 5:55 left. 2nd down and 8 from midfield for the Cowboys. I formation. Here's a toss to Dorsett, running right, cuts it upfield, and he got 2, maybe 3 yards, and he was really whacked. He was hit by Williamson out of the secondary.
Again, that 49er defense, which has played so superbly, not just today, but all year long, but they've been on that field a long time in the second half.
Dallas got the ball on the interception by Walls with 10:07 left. Now we have 5:20 left. So they're going on a possession time of 5 minutes. Thomas is in the backfield. Here's a 3rd and 6 play for Dallas out of the shotgun at the San Francisco 48. Dallas needs 6 yards. Back to throw is White. The pressure's on. He throws. It's open and incomplete to Donnelly. Incomplete. He was hit by Eric Wright as Donnelly, the wide receiver, went high in the air. Wright cut his legs out from under him, and Dallas is going to have to punt the ball with 5:03 left.
And Donnelly is hurt. He hasn't played that much all year long. He had a chance to make that catch. It would have been difficult. But when you're with the champion, that's the kind of catch you make.
5:03 remaining in the game. Dallas leading 27-21. Earlier, Cincinnati defeated San Diego 27-7. Danny White will kick from about his 40-yard line. Back to get it, Dwight Hicks, along with Freddie Solomon.
You forget about how much pressure is on the center in a situation like this. In this case, it's Rafferty, and it's a good snap.
A good snap, and White hangs it high. It should be well covered. A fair catch is called for. Solomon took it on the 10-yard line. There was contact made by Dickerson, but no flag. Dickerson is an intimidating player. He's always in the face of a receiver. He just touched him, and there was no flag. A 37-yard punt. And they marked the ball down at the San Francisco 11. That's how far they have to go to win. 89 yards, 4:54 left, 27-21 Dallas, and we'll be back in a moment.
You know just where you're going, and you're going all the way. Night or day, we're gonna help you get there, and we'll get you there with time to spare. Transportation you can trust, Atlanta discover us, Northside Airport Express.
Atlanta and Georgia football fans know where they're going, and everybody at Northside Travel Group is with you from the first game of the season to the final playoff, helping you get there with complete travel agency services of Northside Travel, with charter coaches from Northside Charter, and with direct service to the international airport from Northside Airport Express. When you think of travel, think of the Northside Travel Group, Northside Travel, Northside Charter, and of course,
Northside Airport Express.
455-1600.
Dallas sitting on a 6-point lead, and after the interception by Everson Walls, kept the ball for 5 minutes and 13 seconds.
No points, but that's going to be a big factor before we're through with this one.
This may very well be the last drive of the season by the 49ers. They started their 11-yard line. And out they come. I wonder if they'll be throwing long.
They'll be throwing often, I'm sure of that.
Montana gets under center. The extra linebacker, Dickerson, is in there. Here's the fake running play. Pass action, the throw to Elliott. A poor throw, it's incomplete.
Again, they're lucky they didn't get called for an illegal pick because the outside receiver, in this case Charlie Young, blocked off the Dallas linebacker, and the 49ers are very good at doing that.
It is second down and 10, 4:50 left in the game. Guy Brown comes in defensively for the Cowboys, and Dickerson goes off the field. It's second down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Motion by Cooper and a pass play, a delay, and it's open across the 15. Out near the 17-yard line comes Linville Elliott, tackled by Waters. And now a third down play, 4:40 left. Pat, supposing here on third down they don't make it, then what?
You got a punt? I don't think there's any doubt about that, and depend on your defense. You can't give Dallas the ball this deep, because they can put it away right quickly.
Elliott to the 17 of San Francisco. And it's third down and 4. Elliott is a wide receiver to the right. Motion by Solomon out of the backfield. Back to throw Montana. His pass is caught beyond the 20-yard line for a first down. Solomon caught the ball, hit by Thurman. Hit and how, but it's a first down out to the San Francisco 23.
In spite of the fact that that pass was complete, there's a good defensive play by Dennis Thurman. He really drove on the ball. If it had been a different surface, a better field, I think he might have been able to knock that one down. He just couldn't accelerate quickly enough.
The ball out to the San Francisco 23. They trail 27-21. 3:35 left in the game. And here's the running play to Elliott, trying to get outside right. Barnes chases him. He comes across the 30-yard line and goes out of bounds at the 34. And he has another first down, and the clock is still running.
Unusual call, but effective.
To the San Francisco 34. Now remember, the 49ers trail by 6. They need the TD. The ball is at their 34. It's a first down. 3:10 left in the game. They're taking an awful lot of time. And out they come with Clark to the right side. Wilson, the rookie, is to the left. Here is the give to Elliott running left. He cuts upfield and comes to the 40. He's to the 41, and he got 7 yards. They're crossing up the Cowboys. Mr. Walsh is making some good calls here.
Good, but unusual. All those wide runs that he's calling are chewing up a lot of time on the clock.
Elliott ran for 7 out to the San Francisco 41. Now we have 2 1/2 minutes left in the game. The clock is running. Dallas leads 27-21. On first down, the pass play. Montana outside through the hands of Elliott. And Montana has misfired either on the pattern or on the throw the last 2 out of 3 times.
Part of the reason for throwing that pass, it did misfire, as you mentioned, but part of the reason for throwing it was to stop the clock.
And now it's 3rd down and 3.
Dallas, Randy White has left the game limping, been replaced by Bruce Thornton. He is their last defensive lineman.
With Dutton out, White is out. And it's 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3. An important play for the 49ers. Here's the running play to Elliott, and Elliott gets a first down. A flag has been thrown as Elliott came to the 45. It kind of looked like Dallas had lined up offside, but that's only a guess. There has been no preliminary indication. Offside Dallas, and that is a first down for the 49ers out beyond their 45-yard line.
And again, in the middle of that Dallas defensive line, Bruce Thornton playing defensive tackle.
Offside, defense, number 77, makes it a first down.
It was Thornton who was offside. He's playing with a broken bone in his hand. The other is Larry Bethea, the other defensive tackle, playing in place of the injured John Dutton. First down, San Francisco.
And we have 2:18 left in the game. The 49ers are at their 46th. Pass play by Montana. Steps up and throws. It's caught beyond midfield. Big yard, 6 yards. And Cooper hauled it in. He was brought down immediately by Barnes. If they score and win, this place is going to come down. We're coming up to the 2-minute warning because we are due for a dramatic finish of some sort. 2 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 5 for the 49ers at the Dallas 49-yard line. With a score, Dallas 27, the 49ers 21. Let's take time out.
Offers you a 2-year enlistment with skill training, travel, and college benefits. See your recruiter.
All that you can be, 'cause we need you in the Army.
Paid for by the U.S. Army.
Earlier today, Cincinnati won their way to the Super Bowl with a victory over San Diego 27-7. We have a tighter game than that here.
Whoever plays Cincinnati in the Super Bowl, I'm sure will be a creditable representative. Either one of these two teams can play you tough, and they have today played each other very tough.
6 turnovers by the 49ers, and the Cowboys, on the other hand, have made some mistakes. They've had 2 turnovers.
Joe Montana just back over to the sideline quickly to check with Bill Walsh. 2 minutes to go.
It's been a 10-point fourth quarter for the Cowboys, which has made the difference. San Francisco scored 1 touchdown in each of the first 3 quarters, and they've been blanked thus far here. 2nd down and 5, and the running play, and the reverse to Solomon coming around inside the 45-40. He is down to the 35-yard line for a first down. The reverse to Freddie Solomon. First down at the 35 of Dallas. Had he not lost his balance, there's no telling how far he would have gone.
That's a play that Bill Walsh has run for the last 4 weeks, once in each game. Quickly, Montana.
Back to throw again on first down. He throws to the sideline. And it is caught by Clark at the 25. He goes out of bounds. A brilliant throw and catch. Solomon to Clark to the Dallas 25. Stops the clock with 1:31 left. And now with the clock stopped, the 49ers have time to talk about their approach. They're 6 points behind. They need the touchdown.
Now, 49ers have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Dallas only has 2. Right now, that's not even a factor.
Out come the 49ers. First down at the Dallas 25. Motion by Elliott. On first down, Montana with a pass. They can't get to him. He sets up and throws and is caught inside the 15. First down. And it was caught by Solomon. They're going to put the ball down at the Dallas 13-yard line, and the official calls timeout because of an injured player. Are the 49ers going to do to the Cowboys what the Cowboys have done to them so often?
Looks like it. Looks like that's the kind of finish that we're looking at. It's Dwight Clark who's the injured player. I don't think he's as much injured as he is just winded. It's been a long day. He's caught 7 passes.
Solomon was knocked down at the Dallas 13-yard line, a 12-yard pickup, a first down. 1:15. A minute and 15 seconds left in the game. The 49ers have driven down the field. And they've kept the ball for a couple of minutes. They trail by 6, 27-21.
Montana 21 out of 33 for the day, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 1 by Randy White, 2 by Everson Walls. But right now, with 2 timeouts remaining for both teams, they got the ball at their 11-yard line, the 49ers did. They moved the ball down to the Dallas 13. They trail by 6. 2 tight ends. Ransom is in there. First down pass by Montana. He looks and throws. End zone. No. He threw it away from the defenders, and Solomon could not get to it. Incomplete. 1:09 left. Montana had the good protection, and Solomon made the right move. He got free.
Those 2 inside rushmen have been absent for the Dallas Cowboys. Randy White had to leave earlier. And they played the game without John Dutton. The big item here, boy, it's a terrible spot for a team to be in, Pat, that they need the touchdown. The field goal is insignificant.
Randy White, however, is back. Dutton's been injured. White had leg cramps, had to leave, but now back.
2nd and 10 from the Dallas 13. Montana on the ground, gives the ball. The running play to Elliott inside the 10. He's down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. 58 seconds left. Timeout called by the 49ers. Elliott running strongly. Went to the Dallas 5. Timeout. 49ers have 1 timeout remaining and 58 seconds left. They trail by 6, 27-21.
I still don't know who's going to win.
Glenville Elliott ran to the 5. It is 3rd and 2.
We thought in the beginning that this was going to be some super contest, and nobody's been disappointed.
Going to have to make it 3rd down and 3 with 58 seconds remaining. These little short passes, which are ordinarily very difficult to complete close in, are the specialty of the San Francisco team.
Which is another big factor that they have going for them. They don't mind throwing the football. They think that is their strong point.
There's an item here. They have 58 seconds left. That's a long time. Is their concern now to get the first down or the touchdown? It's 3rd and 3.
Concern right now is touchdown. Forget about first down.
Well, how is this one going to end? Montana lines up at the 5. And on 3rd down and 3, he rolls right, looking to throw. And he throws into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown, San Francisco by Dwight Clark. He went way high in the air, and with 51 seconds remaining, he may have taken the 49ers to the Super Bowl. He and Joe Montana, what a play by Montana, what a catch by Clark. Almost looked like he was throwing it away. But Clark, who is 6'4", went spiraling into the air. He's so good at catching the ball with his hands rather to his chest. And he didn't miss that one. 51 seconds remaining. But now remember this. It's tied 27-27. The extra point try by Wersching would put the 49ers on top. Then you have to remember how good Septien is on the field goals. Here's the extra point. It is good. It is good. The 49ers lead 28-27 with 51 seconds left in the game. And now you have to remember how good Raphael Septien is in the field goal department and how good the Cowboys are at moving the ball. They have 51 seconds left. 89 yards the 49ers went in 12 plays. We said that, Pat, when they started at their 11-yard line. They needed a touchdown and had to go from their own 11.
What a spectacular play by Montana. Clark made the catch, but what a play by Montana under pressure.
It kind of looked like when Montana rolled right, he would not have been adverse to running the ball into the end zone. 3 different men were chasing Clark in the end zone. He went high. He went high. He could have dunked the basketball from as high as he was and caught the ball and came down inbounds. And the 49ers have the lead by a point, 28-27. They'll kick it off. Jones is the deep man. And the Cowboys need a field goal to win. The longest field goal Septien has kicked all year is 47 yards, but he is even better than that. We'll check the kickoff by Wersching. That was not an easy extra point for him, Pat. You were a kicker during your playing days. Brother, they are not automatic.
Just watching him, they were so excited. Wersching was, the kickoff team was. He went out to kick off, and he had no kicking team. And the 49ers went into immediate panic.
The 49ers got the ball at their 11-yard line with 4:54 remaining. They moved from the 11 on in for a score. A 5-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and 3 to Dwight Clark. Now the kick by Wersching is a line drive squib kick, and it is bouncing inside the 15. Picked up by Newsom, and he is out of bounds beyond the 25-yard line. He stepped out at the Dallas 26, and that's how far they have to go with 47 seconds remaining in the game. Bobby Leopold was there covering for the 49ers.
The last time the 49ers got this far, they lost to Dallas, and the score was 30-28.
Wouldn't that be something?
That was in 1972.
There would be mass suicide here in the Bay if that were to happen. The 49ers lead 28-27 with 47 seconds left. The Cowboys are under the gun. They have Dorsett and Springs in the backfield. His record-breaking crowd is roaring. And on 1st down, Danny White, with a long snap count, is back to throw. He sets. He looks. He throws long over the middle. And it's caught. It's caught down to the 45 of San Francisco. There were all sorts of defenders around there, and Eric Wright made the tackle on Pearson, and that's the first ball where that Pearson, Butch Johnson caught the ball. His second outstanding reception of the day. Johnson caught it at the San Francisco 44 with 38 seconds left in the game. Unbelievable. All those defenders were there, and it was hauled in by Pearson, and that was his first of the day, Pat.
And he wound up with leg cramps watching Butch Johnson in the area, who, as soon as Drew came down with the ball, started to give him a leg massage. Among other things, 31-yard gain.
38 seconds remaining in this game. 1-point advantage for the 49ers, 28-27. The ball is at the San Francisco 44. It was incredible that White and Pearson completed that pass. I thought certainly it was going to be picked off. There were 3 defenders there, and they all laid low. Finally, the tackle was made by Ronnie Lott.
Drew Pearson had caught passes in 17 consecutive playoff games, and now he's extended that streak, and what a catch.
He comes to the right along with Johnson. Hill is to the left. And on first down with Dorsett and Springs in the backfield. Back to throw is White. He looks and he's back at the 45. Fumble! 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 And the ball belongs to San Francisco. And they're going to the Super Bowl. He was sacked by Lawrence Pillars. He fumbled. Jim Stuckey recovered. 30 seconds left, and the 49ers have the ball as Danny White was sacked back at his 45.
Lawrence Pillars, who came from the Jets, was hurt earlier this afternoon, and now he comes up with that big sack that gives San Francisco the football.
He really bopped Danny White. The ball came loose after the hit by Pillars, and it was recovered by the defensive end, Jim Stuckey. And now with 30 seconds remaining, all they have to do is to kill off the clock, and the 49ers will go to the Super Bowl. Montana takes the snap, downs the ball, 27 seconds left. A miraculous catch moments ago in the end zone by Dwight Clark. A 5-yard pass play with 51 seconds remaining. Dallas has called timeout, stopping the clock with 27 seconds. At the beginning of the year, Pat, what do you think the odds were that Cincinnati would play San Francisco in the Super Bowl?
They were long. You talk about worst to first. Here are two teams that really... San Francisco at Cincinnati, nobody had any idea that that's who'd we be broadcasting at the Silverdome in Detroit.
Well, the king had been dethroned long ago. Oakland eliminated. The Eagles who played them, they were knocked out. And now it's going to be San Francisco and Cincinnati. Here's Montana snapping the ball, putting it down. Thurman tried to steal the ball. He couldn't. 20 seconds remaining. 19, 18, 17. The 49ers streak for the dressing room. Montana and company have defeated the Dallas Cowboys 28-27 despite. And the fans pour onto the field. The police may have just as well stayed home. Despite 6 turnovers, the 49ers have won the game. The clock is run down, and this field won't be ready for play until the Giant baseball team goes to work next spring.
It's ready for play right now. And there are a lot of 49er fans playing out there.
28-27 the final. The end of the game between the 49ers and the Cowboys. The final score, San Francisco 28, the Dallas Cowboys 27. 28-27 as San Francisco prevails. Earlier today, Cincinnati defeated San Diego by the score of 27-7. The Bengals will be in the Super Bowl against the 49ers 2 weeks from today, and we'll be broadcasting that game on CBS Radio at 3:45 Eastern Time. Mayhem out there in the field, New Year's Eve in San Francisco, and there you have it. This evening's game between the Cowboys and the 49ers is ended with the score San Francisco 28, Dallas 27.